D&D.
Oh.
No, if you record it, we'll get feedback loops. I think one of us will die.
Record.
I don't think that's how it works, Mike.
Uh-huh. That's why if you take a picture of a camera, the camera explodes. It doesn't know what to do with the void where the other camera is.
God damn it, Mike.
Is that like if you Google, you break the internet?
No.
Totally.
Oh.
No. That's exactly how it works. Shut up.
Okay.
Mike, where are my hexes at?
Are we all
D&D.
hot, wet, and fresh and ready?
If you
maybe-
give me some more lube, I will be.
Maybe half of those.
I have an industrial size lotion next to me.
Oh, that's right. I'm creating the handout now for the house rules.
Oh right, I forgot about this. Cool. All right. By the way, I believe I have fixed my goddamn camera. By which I mean I bought a new one.
Had a
On my
girl.
screen you stopped, but that might be because I'm recording.
Yeah. Now I don't see. Hold on. Nothing. Reconnect. Now I'm not fucking. I'm not seeing anything now.
And Zach's gone.
I just left. I want to see if I can fix this shit.
You can hit the
Mike.
reconnect to chat and update settings button.
I did that. It did nothing.
Mike.
Hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm eating chicken.
Video.
It sounds like you're snorting cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to huff it.
Why don't you snort chicken?
Are you asking me?
I ran out of Boyan cubes.
See, now I'm not seeing anything from anyone. What the fuck?
I'm not broadcasting.
I'm not broadcasting.
I should still see my goddamn stuff.
And
I'm not.
my...
What the fuck's up with my, Am I like half cut off in my video?
I don't
No.
see your video.
No, you
I
look
see
like a
your
mic.
Weird.
You're just a little slow on my end, but like I said, that might be because I'm recording.
I don't know why I'm not seeing anyone though.
Did you have it set? No, never mind.
Yes.
Let me try reconnecting. Huh. Oh well.
Retconnecting.
It was working earlier. What the hell?
We'll shoot you with all the guns.
Save it for when we kill some floors. 2.
I will pop on Chrome and see if that does anything. Because by God, I fucking paid $80 for this camera. I'm using it.
You better be shirtless.
Why aren't you shirtless?
I'm just whacking into the camera the entire
One of
game.
us has to be the AJ.
I was
You just
about
see
to
my
say we need
nuts
to ask
slapping
AJ
around.
to get on, so he can take his shirt off, so D&D can finally begin.
Oh, is he the eye candy of the group?
Yeah,
There I am. Now I'm
Alright.
I'm half cut off on my screen.
you look fine to me.
You look fine on my screen.
So I'm gonna go through and reformat. The house rules handout is
Bacon.
rough. I threw in the
Oh, I forgot about that first rule.
yeah, that's I realized I was like, yeah, I really gotta put this in here. We're gonna forget about it.
I forgot about the non-lethal thing.
Oh, because you can non-lethal with a bow. And
Well,
with a-
specifically to set them to 1 hit point thing, and they're feared.
I like that one a little better.
Yeah,
You
I did not forget critical inspiration because I'm like, oh, I've been waiting. Lightning arrows. I'm gonna do something. Gonna blow up a motherfucker. Ah,
Just wait until I attack you with sentient Christmas trees.
I want to break the game and make my fireball crit. Can I do that with inspiration?
No, get out of here.
You need to use your inspiration to ask that question.
I already used it to not hit Derek, but I ended up hitting Derek.
Damn it.
I guess I wasn't inspired enough. Gotta show me your boobs, Derek.
no,
Alright, is everyone ready?
been ready.
Is your body ready?
No.
This is so
Episode?
weird.
What's up?
My
Well, the
body
fact
is
that-
ready.
Firefox isn't showing up my shit at all, and on Chrome I'm showing it's like half a camera, and it doesn't affect you guys, but it bugs me. And I have more important.
You are. I wish I was as cool as Zach.
Yeah, see? Damn it.
Yeah, see? Do we gotta make out now, Mike?
I think we do.
Turn on your camera before you do that, Derek. I want
No.
this on record.
You won't need to because you'll just see me materializing through Mike's camera.
No, that's not how it works. You just have to move.
Guys,
Did you first?
Did you ever look at our hours played and just wonder where we've gone wrong? I in the top right, in the recent games tab, it shows your stats, and I've spent 705 hours sitting in front of a computer playing D&D with you guys.
That's kind of like whenever I'm on WoW and I type /played and it tells me how many days I've played, and it's over a year.
How much sadness is in my life?
705 hours.
I don't even want to know my total number of Monster Hunter hours.
I think my longest running,
All of them.
like charted playtime.
Which Fallout game?
Probably Fallout New Vegas.
It's either one of those or WoW.
Yeah, Fallout New Vegas has 852 hours. Wow, that's lower than I thought it'd be.
Maybe it's not counting. Did you have the game before you had it on Steam?
I did. I had it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Infinifactory. Yeah, because there's no way I've played as much killing, or I've played like an eighth of as much Fallout time as I have on Killing Floor. That's 100 hours.
Hey, Mike.
Yes?
Did you see the thing that I posted about the World Championship for Excel spreadsheets? That's
Yes.
an actual thing. Why don't you join?
I have infinite spreadsheets, so I don't need to feel the need to stoop to that level.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I have super infinite spreadsheets.
Oh, you bastard. My science is limitless. Okay, now is everyone here?
D&D.
Indeed, as I reuse this pun from last night, and
I'll kill you.
Mike wanted to kill me. I
Zach!
forgot your name for a second.
Good.
Dickman wanted to kill me.
I always want to kill you.
Aw, thank you. That means a lot coming from the DM.
Who's chewing keyboards?
I'm playing with the Jolly Rancher Crunch and Chew. I'm deciding whether I want to eat it or not.
Zach, you need a few minutes? Is he frozen for everyone else?
I know.
With sort of a dopey look off to the side of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just really, really still.
You look like someone just walked into the room holding a plate of cookies. Like you're like, ooh.
I mean,
Thank
you
you.
look like that sometimes, Mike. Where I'm like, wait, is Mike still there? Or is he frozen? you're just really still, staring at nothing.
It sounds like my life.
Indeed. Oh yeah, so last night I finally saw a situation where something was incapacitated without having any other effects.
What's it mean?
Incapacitated,
So bright, so
you just can't take actions or reactions. Because I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on a spectator and it's immune to prone, so it was just laughing but could still technically move. I was like, okay.
All right.
Are you there? Because you look like you're doing that thing you're doing. The dopey face.
Hey. Hear me?
I hear you, but I don't see you.
Yeah, I don't fucking get it.
No, you're never gonna get it.
Do you have your settings set to not work?
It was working before, dude. Like, before we played Killing Floor.
Maybe it's just two people using OBS is fucking it up somehow through you.
Here, I got one last thing. We're back.
Zach is the phylactery for your streaming capabilities. That's what I thought. if you can have Tosh's Hideous Laughter and Wrathful Smite off on the same enemy, that's a good lockdown. Because they can't use their action to try and break the Wrathful Smite, and the Wrathful Smite is making them have disadvantage on saves for everything else.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it still gets to make a save every time it gets hit for Tosh's Hideous Laughter, but they'll always be at disadvantage. I was like, that's good mileage for a level 1 spell. 2 level 1 spells.
Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
No.
Fuck it.
If only
No.
I command you.
If only Disintegrate was an evocation spell.
It isn't?
No,
What is it?
it's transmutation apparently.
Yeah, I
Yes,
guess
that's
that-
true. You're not really damaging so much as you're just unmake you.
Yeah. And also probably just so you can't maximize the damage on it.
And you can't maximize it. It has to be 4th level or 5th level or lower.
Ah.
So
You don't
we
need
can
to
do
add
max
plus
kinda cool.
5 to your disintegrate damage.
I mean, it's only 10d6. That plus 5 would make or break it, right? As opposed to like a cone of cold, which is 8d8.
Spread among a lot of enemies potentially.
Yep.
Do you have that ability to maximize stuff yet?
That's level 14.
Dang.
But if they make the save from one of my cantrips that requires a save, it does half damage.
Do you even have any cantrips that require a save?
I have one of them because of all the constantly changing around. Mike said I could switch out Mage Hand. Because
What do you have?
I have Frostbite?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's the one I kept using. No. Yeah, I kept using that one and Ray of Frost on the enemies. No, I think I used Ray of Frost on the elementals. Mainly because it slowed them
Ray
down.
of Frost slows them down,
Yeah.
which
then take
combines
the
with
cold.
already slowing them down.
It was very useful. I'm
Mhm.
sad there was no ice sculptures.
You got to do better.
I know. At least we have a couple now. Pile of burning corpses and an ice sculpture. It's gonna be fun when they melt. The gnolls have to clean that up.
I don't think they care about cleaning things up.
They
I don't think
will
they
if I
ca-
use
I don't think they-
suggestion that they have to clean
I
it
don't
up.
think they care. Period. I think that's beyond their capabilities.
Giving any fucks.
Suggestion. This place is messy. You should clean it up.
Like getting possessed by a demon actually makes them slightly more reasonable because now they have they actually talk.
Yeah. That one guy cut himself.
Yeah, he's a special boy.
He took a very weak magic missile. But it was guaranteed hit. I was talking to Derek earlier. With my luck, the first time he used Disintegrate, I'm going to miss. Just roll double ones. It's like, first 6th level spell use. Miss.
You gotta get your inspiration back so you can crit with it.
Disintegrate has an attack roll?
Does
Yeah.
it? I don't know.
Wait.
Does it?
Oh, no, it's a dex save. I don't know why I thought it... Oh,
Okay.
never
I
mind.
was like,
I don't know why I
it's like,
thought it
wait a minute, that changes everything.
I'll somehow miss, even though it takes half on a failed save.
Yeah, so I remember. Wait, they still take
Or
half
a-
on
an
shit.
actual save.
It'll be something with evasion. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You think there's a lot of gnolls that have evasion?
Mike, you stick things in other things. You might have stuck a knoll inside a ninja for all I know.
Or a ninja inside a gnoll.
It's a high-level ranger stuck in a gnoll. Hey, Derek, what are you doing today?
In order to
Playing
separate,
D&D.
in order to separate those, you might need an annulment. An annulment.
Derek, you can take an attack of opportunity on Jake if you want.
How many?
More than 6, but less than 10?
So it's kind of like I'm using volley, but it's just focus firing on them.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of damage, especially if I'm power attacking.
Well, roll it. Derek?
I forgot how to open my character sheet.
Roll it. I shield.
Oh, you big bitch.
Well, you still have like 8 more. My AC is only 21. You hit me.
I hit you once. Shield's a nice spell.
Yeah, it is. Unless when everything rolls 21 or 22. Or a crit,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike.
None of my enemies ever do that. Must be something wrong with you.
I bet if I increase my AC by 1, by, taking a dex skill up, you're gonna somehow keep rolling 22s instead of 21s. And I'll be upset even more.
Just imagine if you were in full plate. Plus 2 full plate.
Everything will crit.
See, if Sulk was in this game, Mike would just be critting her nonstop.
I have a question about adamantine armor. It says you're immune to crits. Are you immune to the auto-hit function of a crit?
No.
Alright, that's what I figured. I wasn't sure, though.
Would be awesome, though.
Yeah. You'd never get hit if you were Nom.
Well, the problem is I'd have to trade that in for my my enchanted armor, so I'd lose one off my armor class.
No,
But,
you get
hey.
adamantine armor plus 2 or 1.
Well, it's funny because it's for as shitty as I just finished posting the full 3-part forum post about that.
About what?
About the the ballad of the breakdown of Nom and friends.
Neil and Vel were there, and then they weren't.
Was Neil ever really there?
No, I think he was a tree.
Bonus action hide is so nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, oh wow, I really want to play a rogue sometime just from experiencing this on my goblin.
I've had a lot of fucking characters that were like that too. Like I love the 1-level rogue dip just for that reason.
You need 2 levels.
Oh, that's right. Whatever it took to get Laron there.
He had at least 3 because he was a swashbuckler.
That's right. I can't remember much about him. I was in a fugue state the whole time.
I'm gonna fuck you.
Oh, having all that treasure and the shadows following you, you combusted and died. Laron Fugue is dead.
Aw.
He grew a tumor.
Aw.
The illusion of the tumor was actually just a curse, and you died.
Well, that sounds like me.
God, what a shitty, like, high-level illusionist. Just, I'm gonna give you an illusionary tumor and then make it real.
That's horrible.
Oh my god, it just occurred to me. Those fuckers spread. If you create something illusionary and it duplicates, grows, or otherwise propagates.
Just Cronenberg's everywhere, man.
Man, where's Flint when you need him?
It's stuck in his tower forever.
Yeah.
I took off the door!
It's a
I needed the screws!
It's a copper cathedral. It's not a tower.
It'll be a tower by now.
It will be. He find a
All
spell
right.
book about coppermancy.
I want to let you know that
How you doing, Zach?
He still doesn't look. I like D&D.
Me too. I kind of feel bad for the other group because everyone in the other game is a spellcaster of some kind, and they're all like kind of having trouble adjusting to being a spellcaster because they're all relatively new to the game.
Mhm.
So they forget all the shit they can do.
Oh, your group.
Yeah.
I was like, what? No. They just playing a a fighter of sorts. Like, he's mostly fighter.
Yeah.
Becky's a ranger who rarely casts.
Yeah, CJ's a wizard. Dan is a warlock, so he doesn't have much to remember.
I forget a lot of stuff I have too. Since this is like my second character, not counting the first one.
The first two.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I did have Neil, then Vel. Vel was my first caster. Not counting the character in Mike's other campaign. 1 second, phone's ringing.
Yeah, druids are a little easier to handle just because, you just can prepare whatever you want.
Okay. He's got to get the phone. Is everyone else ready? Everybody.
Hey, I see Zach. Hey,
Zach.
why are you disgusted? Talk to me, baby. Talk better.
Okay, you figure that out. I'm gonna take a phone call.
I'm not gonna bother figuring that out. I'm ready to play.
I hear you.
Standing out a window. Well, I hope you can hear me. I joined Discord.
I saw you for a moment.
Yeah, I turned that off because it's really jarring to see half my camera.
That's so weird.
It is, and it's pissing me off, but I don't want to waste any more time. It's been 20 minutes. It's been over 20 minutes, so.
It's been 83 years.
Pisses me off. It was working fine in Firefox. God damn it.
You already tried like doing a computer restart?
That's what I just did. Yeah.
Roll 20. Always something weird. It's okay, Discord has video streaming now. And screen sharing.
Okay. Ah! Now, is everyone here?
No.
Yes.
Jake?
No.
Fuck! Zach, I can't stare at your glorious face the whole game. Why are we even playing D&D?
Excellent question. I turned that off because it's not working on my end, and I'm getting very, very, very aggravated.
I gotcha.
Like, it works for you guys, apparently, but for me, when I'm in Chrome, I see half of my screen, and like it's skewed to the right, and then the rest is a black bar, and I do not want to look at that. Because that is just so unappealing. But before we stopped to play Killing Floor, it worked perfectly fine in Firefox. And now it refuses to work at all, despite no changes being made. So...
You don't still have like OBS running on accident or anything?
After a restart, I hope to God not.
Better be Jake, I hear squeaking.
Yeah, I see nothing for OBS in my stuff.
I'm not broadcasting or anything. I'm just recording.
Jake.
I'm back.
Fuck you! Is my response to that. Alright, are we all here?
D&D.
D and fucking D and D and D. I'll give you the D&D. Alright. Last time.
Ridiculous.
Uh, Karen, having learned that a druid of the circle might know more about the fate of your people, and warned that he would face their trials, you set off. However, a gathering of gnolls makes such a trek nearly impossible, and winter is fast approaching. Thankfully, following the Festival of the First Stone, Breckenridge launches a strike on the gnoll encampment, hoping to destroy the bulk of their numbers in one decisive attack. Karen, Matthias, and Ambercup agree to assist and spearhead the assault, despite reservations from Karen about the dangers. Shortly thereafter, Karen's worry proved correct. The rear guard, meant to keep the gnolls from fleeing and scattering, was flanked. Initially, expecting 3 warbands, 1 was missing. Now you're dealing with a total of 5, far more than was expected. At this time, it's not known where the gnolls come from or what they were possibly doing here. Still, with the rear guard being pushed back, you continue to drive forward deeper into the caves. Your mission is hunting. Hold on, let me pull up his name.
Cromwell.
Cromwell the Magnificent.
That's what I was gonna say.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
No.
He's a fabulous actor, all right? Your goal was to hunt down Ignith, leader of the gnolls. An enormous gnoll who may or may not have once originally been intended to be a guy with a pet slod. Yeah, Ignith, hiding amongst the caves.
We should have returned the slot.
Return the slot.
What's your offer?
Okay. Do me a favor before I forget. Make sure you update the descriptions on your bags of holding. Ambercup has the essentially cloth of vanishing.
You update it.
I don't have a bag of holding.
What was it? What'd you say it was called?
Cloth of vanishing. It's a 2 foot by 2 foot cloth. Let's say 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Anything that you can drape it over and use the cloth to obscure from view.
Do you have your text for it anywhere? You can just copy paste it.
Yes. It is in chat. It is in chat. I will dig it up on our next break. Until then, it functions as a normal bag of holding.
I didn't know if you just had a separate thing that you generated all those on or something.
I did. I have the full table, but the table was just a list. I filled out the details as I went.
Oh, look at you being creative.
Oh. The list is mostly just a theming thing. So for right now, it's we'll make it a magician's cum rag in a minute. Karen, yours functions pretty similar. It's just in chest form instead of bag form.
Did you
Sweet.
take that from
Alright.
Matthias? So you can track him everywhere he goes and kill him if needed?
Everywhere you look.
I will stab you.
All right.
Does this cloth still weigh 15 pounds?
What? No.
I was like, that's how much a bag of holding weighs. I was like, oh.
What about my box of drawers of holding?
That would weigh 15 pounds, yeah.
Okay.
I'm really disappointed with Karen's because when I saw drawers of holding, I thought it was pants.
Oh no, every time I put them on, it overflows and my penis disappears to the astral plane.
Please give Karen just a pair of jorts. With some
guys,
cargo pockets.
Oh no, they're the jorts of spilling.
Random thing here.
Yes.
I think I might have found a fix, but it says I need to find something called chat tech here. What? Where the fuck is this?
What's this? What's this? Covered everywhere. What's this?
Fuck you, Jack.
There's semen in my hair. What's this?
Well, that's
Okay.
granted from a guy named Dickman. Just like in my dreams.
Oh hell, got it. Thanks.
I honestly don't understand how some people have operated how people generate fucking encounters in 5e without like I've been using that tool that I built, the encounter generator.
I think most people would use like what, Kobold Fight Club or something.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess there's other ones that people use.
I'm sure some people just wing it and just, I want to have these things here. Let's see what happens.
I still want you guys to fight my Pumpkin Lich. He had all the gourd puns. Lord of Gourd, Pumpkin King.
Man,
You must be out of your gourd.
no, it's not 11 level 3 characters. It's 3 level 11s, goddammit.
Are you sure?
11 level 3s can take on considerably fewer gnolls.
I don't know. Depends on the level 3s. They're all crossbow expert fighters.
God. Okay. So again, just to reinforce some minor changes that were put in place from last game that we talked about, but didn't really. I want to be able to give you guys exciting moments where things can be happening around you that don't necessarily mean you can never short rest ever. What that means is, essentially, enemies in this game follow the same rules as you do. When you short rest, they short rest. That kind of thing. So in a situation like this, the longer it drags out, the worse things will get. But it's not like, oh no, we took 2 short rests when we started to lose. Well, I guess everyone's fucking dead.
What are you doing, Zach?
In short,
Trying to fix my shit still.
in short, unless I'm giving you active warnings against short resting, you can probably swing one. It might make it a little harder going forward because they might be a little more prepared for you, but you shouldn't be just flat out fucking denied it because, God forbid, I try to put some, I don't know, something interesting happening during an encounter. Obvious exceptions, like if somebody's actively fleeing you at top speed, you can't go, okay, I'll use my abilities to dash after him. Then we'll a short rest for an hour, and then I'll dash after him again.
I don't think that's realistic, Mike.
You get out of here.
You're realistic, Mike.
You get out of
I
here.
will switch out the gnolls for what they are fighting in the other game, and that will not be happy.
At least now I know they're humanoids, and now we'll never fight gnolls again.
Yeah,
They
you're
suddenly
right.
change.
Oh my god! So you missed this moment from the other game. So these players really don't trust the local lord. They don't trust them. They think they're hiding something, but they still want to help the people. So whenever the lady, who is an accomplished caster, comes out and says, "Here, if you're going out to help fight these monsters, I've made you these protective amulets." And of the 3 players, they take them, and they're like, the guy who handed them to him, he's like, "You wear one and use it." It's like, okay. So, like, I still don't trust these things, but all right. Finally, combat breaks out, and the one player goes, "You know what? I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to activate the amulet." Say, okay. It activates a protection from good and evil. They're fighting these giant fucking chitinous monstrous
What
creatures.
they called, like shelled horrors or something.
Shelled horrors, yes, that was what they were fighting. And he goes, "Oh, protection from good and evil. Oh, very cool." And so AJ goes, "Yeah, I'll cast my own," because he was the one who gave up his amulet. "I'll cast protection from good and evil." I'm like, all right. He runs over and he hits you. There's no give. They're not evil, fiendish, or elemental. He's like, "So what the fuck was the point? Why did she give us these?"
She didn't know, or she wanted you to not know.
It's just,
I wondered why AJ was so specific when he said that in chat.
What?
Was that some of the leftover salt getting him?
I don't. He just mentioned that the things they were fighting weren't, and then listed off all the things. Like, oh, did someone? What? Why? Whatever.
It made me laugh just because it was one of those. It's one of those moments where it was such a minor boon, and when it didn't work, the utter pointlessness of the whole thing just became so fucking stupid.
Congrats,
Well,
Mike.
cast
You
fly.
officially gave them the pendant of this game. You Dark Souls them, you son of a bitch.
That's one of the things you can start with, right? It just doesn't do shit.
It literally does nothing
And people spent years trying to work out its secret meaning.
because Miyazaki is a troll.
The creator pranked them. It was great.
Oh dear. All right, we all ready?
Yep.
All right.
I'm just not gonna use camera tonight. I'll keep working on that later.
Okay, that's cool. So we had a treasure hoard. Things left over sitting around the basis of the or the base of the altar. Did you guys divvy that up yet?
No, I didn't remember it.
And I forget leaving things at the top of chat is less than ideal since there's now 2 games in here.
Yep.
I will copy paste.
I know those a pair of boots and like a cloak. I claimed those for my personal uses if there was no complaints from you guys.
I'm sure it was mostly gold. I remember that.
Yeah,
And a couple things.
that's right. So the gold itself and the clothing was on these bodies, sort of haphazardly tossed into the corner. It's bloody and torn and shredded. Most of them have been gnawed down to just the bones. You doubt you could even recognize these people.
Bones,
And-
you say?
You
Too
do
bad I
like
don't
your
have-
bones.
Too bad I don't have
Anime dead.
animate dead. Yeah, I don't have it prepared.
I'll forget.
All right. Okay. I will copy paste this again.
Here we go.
Watch
I
out.
found it. I found the stuff. Oh. There we go. Oh, you found them. Good, Mike. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
they need some. Let's say they're in good condition.
I'm just gonna copy and paste all that into Treasure and worry about it later.
I'm gonna stop just using this system for money, if only because it gets a little silly when you're just like, what were they killing noblemen? Why is there a 250 gold pair of boots? Who was walking in the wilderness in these?
You know,
Who
I
is
believe
carrying who is carrying 11,000 silver pieces, Mike?
there was a caravan and they got fucked up
Where are they going?
everywhere.
Actually, no. Let's say in a case like this, you've recovered the corpses of several well-known scientists and mages, having made treks into the wildlands against the recommendations of Karen and most of the people from town.
Just everyone saying, no, you're soft, get away. No.
It is neat seeing the items like, oh, a fine leather mask. That's neat.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
I suppose I will use prestidigitation on some of the garments.
Okay, you start cleaning those up. Now, as we recall from last time, let me move you guys into the proper frame of reference.
Basically, wabbits and all.
Killed the fuck out of that pack. Their Fang,
Also, we're on a time limit, right?
are we?
No.
I used fly before the session ended.
Oh,
Unless-
right.
Unless we're going back to the rest. I don't know. But I doubt it.
Oh, that's right. You casted fly, so when you hit the lever, in case it dropped you,
So it'd say
you
that.
could have
oh,
just
but-
lovingly featherfalled into the flames.
I don't have feather fall. But I am immune to fire. Well, the fire would have just politely moved out of my way.
Instead, you would just slowly drown in the fire.
Yeah.
Bad way to go. Actually, come to think of it, if you spent an extended period of time sitting in a bonfire, you would actually start to choke because it's consuming all the oxygen around you while politely not burning you.
I'll just. I mean,
Did we just find a way to
Fire has
kill
oxygen in
Jake?
it. I'll just breathe in the
lock him in a-
fire and then.
I mean,
oxygen.
did we need more reasons or more ways to kill Jake than we already have?
I will.
There.
Guys, listen. I think he just wanted to fly so he wouldn't have to hoof it. He got. he
What the
got
fuck
kicked
were
a
those
lot.
things that kept kicking him?
Fuck you. Okay,
The-
here's the plan. Okay, we're
the-
gonna
the
fly really
Crota.
high above the battle to survey it, and then I'm just gonna drop concentration and then recast it on myself.
All right.
Uh,
Anyhow,
Everyone
what
else
level are
dies.
you casting that at? Just on you or on everybody?
Everyone has fly, so
Okay.
I cast it at 5th level.
I want you to know if you ever drop concentration on that, I will make your fly is down jokes until the end of the session.
Die.
All right. So this you found a secret lever at the base of this altar. When pulled, the altar slides aside, and there's a set of stairs behind it.
Going up.
Looks like it descends into another passageway.
I thought it went up. I may have remembered incorrectly.
In truth, it doesn't actually matter. You're underground. It might go fucking vertical for all you know. You're in an Escher painting. But here, tell you what. Let's. One is up. It goes down.
I reject your reality and substitute my own. I go up anyway, and then I die.
All right, you bump your head. Who's on point?
I will be on point.
All right. One
Will I be-
more.
Am I able to focus on channeling primeval awareness while moving?
You can do so. You just got done with a short rest. You can do that.
Because it just takes a minute of concentration.
Oh, Mike.
Because it doesn't cost anything anymore.
Can you link it? Is that an option?
I set it up like as if it was a spell, even though it isn't.
Ha! Awesome.
I just set it up so it's copying and pasting the relevant part because it has a first half that lets me like empathize with animals that's not relevant to me concentrating.
Karen's a fucking animal.
Oh yeah.
Zach, what were you saying?
I wanted to have a slight retcon, if you don't mind, with the tribal guy that came in.
Go for it.
What weapon was he wearing?
Great axe.
Does it seem special in any way? Does it seem like magical, or is it just well worn from many years of use?
Well taken care of. And in his case, it was actually one he prefers to fashion himself. He has some minor blacksmithing experience and insists that a wavy blade is best.
You know what? Before he leaves, I'm gonna unsling my great axe and offer to him as a good luck token, just in case he wants to really dig into these dogs.
Well, congratulations. This man has earned a name.
And then he dies. When they get a name, they die. That's D&D.
Since I'm not gonna use my +1 great axe, I figure he may as well use it and chop some heads off in my name.
Let's see.
Also, I divided all the money. Here it is.
You're a good man.
So we each get that?
Yeah.
You couldn't just put it all in the gold, you fuck.
Fuck you. I'm not converting shit right now.
Okay, fine. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Add that sumbitch to the people of note. Document. Oh yes, Derek. Well, he does that. You sit and concentrate. Also, before I forget, Matthias, yes, you can get your familiar back. You got a short
thank you.
rest. You have time to do, whatever it is you need to take care of.
Alright. So
Also, specifically, I'm trying to kind of get like just a sweep of what the battlefield's like around here.
Sure.
Just to kind of get an idea of like how our forces are doing against theirs, and then also kind of just trying to sweep ahead and see what might be ahead of us, whether or not there's any I'm assuming there's going to be gnolls popping off, but I don't know if
Yes.
there'll be any aberrations or other weird humanoids.
What you're sensing is it's a little tricky to decipher down, but I'll give you it kind of.
Yeah, I'm not expecting specifics. Like general's fine.
Yeah. Well,
I know.
let me
I
get-
know it. I know it says give me the exact numbers and locations and distances, but that's fucking stupid. I don't care. Amber Cup doesn't care. She won't remember.
You get a sense of different groups. For the purposes of this, okay. You get at first it's overwhelming stimulus, like you're using this in a city, because humanoids are your friends and humanoids are theirs, and it's difficult to pick out which group is which. You can assume that the scattered pockets, generally in the direction of the caves, are most likely gnolls. Little groups run the size between probably about the smallest groups have only 3 or 4 in them. The largest have as many as 20 individual humanoids of one kind or another. Give me a survival check. I was going to say or an investigation, but I don't think you would make that. The fuck, Derek?
Did
The
I
fuck?
have advantage because it's related to favorite enemies?
Yep, you do. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking tell you. The people left from the soldiers who were holding the rear guard were getting pinched from both sides. They abandoned holding the rear and were forced deeper and deeper into the ravine. They're in the process of attempting to fortify some of the caves, taking shelter in the partially cleared out tunnels. This one seems to remain largely clear, but you also can see in the distance gnolls investigating the battle not too far away from you. It looks to be just a wandering patrol, about 5 or 6 gnolls. More behind it and more behind that. It's a little bit like watching an ant colony in some ways. If you could just filter out the dirt and just watch them all moving.
I'm literally just picturing like the Dynasty Warriors map with like the morale and like the blobs of like red and blue.
That actually sums it up pretty well. You also get a sense that they withdrew. They broke away before losing too many of their numbers. There's definitely fewer than when you got here, but it's not overwhelming yet. However, you do detect with some worry some pockets gotten cut off from the main groups and are pushing their ways down into the subtunnels deeper and deeper. At this distance, they're going to be in a tough spot. However, these aren't just your ordinary guard folk. These are knights from Breckenridge.
And badasses from Karen's butt.
And badasses
Yeah.
from Karen's butt.
Oh yeah.
So, things outside have gotten hairy, but that also means you've lost your rear guard. Behind you is no longer guaranteed safe. All right.
I think we're good with fighting our way out. And then what about what's ahead of us? Or did you already say that and I didn't realize
What other favorite enemies do you have?
it? Just humanoids and aberrations.
Humanoids and aberrations. Okay. No, just and one dragon.
I can't find that anymore.
I still liked just listing types. Oh, elemental, beast, dragon. It's like numbers. How many? What the fuck is it?
God damn it.
Fucking
All right.
wyverns.
Up ahead, in front of you, you see, or you get the sense.
A bunch of horny.
Okay.
I sense 3. The end.
You sense what seems to be a battle going on. There is total of
Did you cut out?
12.
Oh, no. You did that
12,
thing where you froze staring again.
Okay, back. God damn it.
It looks like 12 humanoids They are either rapidly running around in a cluster, or they are fighting.
Both seem reasonable.
That's true. The rest is... You can do this repeatedly, right?
Yeah, it just costs a minute of concentration.
Okay. So you can get a general forward sense of what's going on down these tunnels via that. Anything beyond what's likely to be the next room is difficult to discern, as you can't tell whether the tunnels go up, they go down, they wind, or twist. There's lots more gnolls. You would approximate their numbers at something in the neighborhood of probably about... You would estimate probably originally close to 250,000. 250! 250, god damn it. They were initially 150. With the reinforcements they got, that number shot up. So yeah, there were probably about 275 when you got here, and since then, approximately 50 of them have been killed.
Nice. I'm glad I remembered that I really, really hate gnolls.
Goddamn racist. Alright, so you are standing in this room. Would you like to go back the way you came, or press forward?
I'd like to talk to Karen and Amber Cup first, because I literally cannot move with all this gold. I need someone to hold this gold for me.
I will. Yeah, throw it in the drawers. I'll
Alright.
open up a drawer for you.
I'll mark that on here.
I'm
Alright.
assuming I'm throwing that shit in here because it's stupid otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? 30 coins weighs a pound?
I don't remember.
Yes.
I never paid attention to that, honestly.
My heaviest thing is my fucking explorer's pack. Is always 59 pounds.
I didn't even actually look at my backpack. I just
Yours
have
is
all,
kind of
all
a
the
moot
items.
point. Only unless you have like a portable RAM. Nothing in your inventory really weighs that much.
Like my half plate's 40 pounds.
Like, without the gold and silver, it's 23.18. With it, it's over 193.
My total weight right now, with all the coins included, is 260. I'm just ignoring it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm at 93.5 just because I took away all the money and I'm assuming it's in my bag.
Yeah, I can't
Uh,
move it because
okay.
I don't have a bag of gold.
Handkerchief.
Okay, so
Power scoot forward.
power scoot forward indeed.
Sounds like a plan.
Who's taking point?
Karen, I believe.
If it's an enclosed area, I'll go ahead.
All
I'll
right,
stay within
and
the torchlight.
what's that?
I have to stay within the torchlight, so I'm probably second.
Okay, so you walk in the middle, and about you gonna stick close together?
Yeah.
Just not
Okay.
in a line.
Yeah, we're gonna in a staggered formation, just so we can either see or shoot past each other.
And also always within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, you
Also,
I think-
hey,
yes.
I want to be sure. What are these walls looking like? Are there more holes we should be aware of, or is it smooth stonework, rough? What's it looking like? Is this?
Well, are you gonna? Let me get the marching order down first, and I'll describe the things you see.
All right.
The room you're in is full of holes through the walls. Do you want to investigate them?
Investigate? No, I'd like to see if I can hear any like.
By
Claw
investigate, I mean
cracking
look
around.
at them.
I was like,
Like,
can
get more
investigate.
details.
Yeah, sure.
It's not a mystery. I will describe it if you want to know. Like, put your head into it, look around.
no.
Put your head into it.
No, the last thing I did that got 8. Oh yeah, is your bird back?
Yeah, Mike said I got it back.
Yeah. Okay. The holes in the wall, they range in size, but unlike the other passageway, They occasionally go straight up. Sometimes they come to little dead ends, only a couple feet back. Sometimes they vanish around dark and tight corners.
Tight.
It looks to be just places where the gaps in the stone have had creatures inhabit, as opposed to being actually intentionally dug out by anything.
So more convenience than planned.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Amber Cup, you do enough exploring to give me a survival, and Jake, give me an investigation.
I no longer have advantage with these, but my passive is increased by 5.
Yay!
You don't fucking need it.
Okay. Amber Cup, you get the sense that the Wildlands always moves, but the stone here shows signs of sliding. Like the earth itself has been shifting. Not fast, of course, just very slowly over time. Matthias, you've seen that kind of shifting before. It's likely the result of some kind of underground construction.
I don't like that.
I will convey that to the group. See if they know of any other knoll encampments with this type of structure, I guess.
This is probably the first I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, gnolls don't build things, really. They'll build maybe a fort, maybe an altar, but
Well,
other than that...
Wasn't the temple
pile.
repurposed anyway?
Temple?
Yeah, the altar, wasn't that repurposed?
Yes.
So maybe this whole area has been repurposed. Maybe it's an older construction by not the gnolls.
That seems likely.
Can
All
I
right.
do can I do a check to see if I know of anything, like, history
Give me a
check?
history. Yeah.
See if I recall anything similar.
Christ. All right.
You know everything.
This is a long shot. Things out in the wildlands are very, very unlikely to be known. However, you can gather that by the type of altar that you saw, this was likely some kind of a home for druids at one point or another. The ravine itself, the way it sits in in its surrounding area, the nearby presence of water. This place, if it was some kind of a home for a religious order, was placed intentionally and was well thought out. That's not something gnolls do.
Yeah, maybe Valthus
Druids
would know
seem
more about it. If only
Valthus
he was
might.
here. And Karen, did you tell me about the Druids of the Moon or whatever possibly knowing where your relic is, or does Matthias not know that?
I don't think any of us know that currently.
All right, I thought you were told that for some reason. That was your next
You
destination.
were told that.
We were?
You were your
Your shaman guy.
Pog. Pog the shaman.
I like Pog.
Oh yeah, he actually specified the moon druids would have an idea.
He
I already
specified
blanked
the
out on
druids
that.
of the circle.
Druids
One
of
of the
Circle,
druids of the
that's it.
circle.
Oh neat. Yeah, I would have told you guys that, absolutely.
Well, maybe you can win some favors since this might be a druid construction. Just clear it
Let-
out.
Let me give you a quick recap on that because it was kind of. I feel like it's probably important.
My god, I'm gonna clear this place out anyway. They're gnolls. They're disgusting.
Says
Yeah, fuck them.
Gross.
A lot.
in his own words, says, "I had seen your people, Chieftain Karen. I have watched their deaths many times over these past nights. Over and over I watch, but the specter of death remains invisible to me. I know not what struck them down. Yes, I cannot see their deaths, but I turned the vision away and saw another. A witness, Chieftain. There is one who saw their deaths, who knows of the idol. I have seen them. Person of leaves and nature, a spiritualist, a druid of the circle. Find the circle, my chieftain, and the idol will be closer to your grasp."
Neat.
Too bad
How do you spell
Valthus-
Pog?
Pog.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was like an AW in there. All right.
No, you're
Fuck you.
He also gave you a slightly unhinged warning that death awaited you at the end of your journey and that you would face the trials of your people.
Death awaits everyone.
No, just you.
I think we killed Death a couple times.
By God, that's gonna be my ultimate goal to just arm wrestle death.
It's sad because if I
I'm picturing you as the dad from Fences.
if I had a deck of many things and pulled the death card, I could kill him with Wand of Magic Missile.
Yeah.
I like to, the thing I enjoy picturing is like, okay, so it's literally an agent, like the entity of death appears before you. It's just like, throw a portable hole, throw a bag of holding in it, banish death to the astral plane.
I just picture it showing up and it's just like a cute little chibi version.
Aw,
That'd be awesome.
Uh,
That's why it's so pathetic.
all right. At this point, the fires have been burning, and while the outside air is chilled, not quite cold yet, but chilled, in here is still toasty warm. In fact, this close proximity to the flame actually makes it a little stifling. Is there anything else you wanted to do before moving on?
Huh?
Already got the Knoll's head. He doesn't have anything else good on him.
That's
He
not-
doesn't deserve to get burned in here yet. Besides, I ain't gonna burn anything on a goddamn Knoll altar.
Yeah,
So
what if we throw him in there and he triggers the ritual and then the
yeah, let's avoid that at all
Yogi
costs.
spawns?
Fuck you, Salk did that.
I know. That's why it's funny.
All right. So Karen on point. Amber Cup watching the rear for anyone else coming up behind.
How
Yep.
long did all that take? Do I still
Jake
have time
sandwich
to
in
fly?
the middle.
Or do we do that before the flying happened?
It took exactly 9 minutes and 45 seconds.
You bastard.
It took a minute. Let's say it took the duration of Amber Cup's check for.
Things.
Yeah, check for things. While you were studying things and using the fly to access the higher points in the cave.
Sounds good.
All right. Moving into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Karen, you're on point. Oh shit! We almost forgot this retcon. You're Roland. He looks down at the axe, gives you a proud barbarian salute, holds the axe over his head, and runs down the hallway with it, like just basically ready for something to cleave.
It's adorable.
Uh,
What does the barbarian salute look like?
I just imagine like a closed fist, like slammed fist against the chest kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I picture I think the Attack on Titan salute,
Ah.
but a little less formal.
He accidentally cuts his own head off with the axe.
Oh, it's a shame. Pick it up, put another notch in it, put it on your back. All right, you start moving down the tunnel. The sickening scent of rot and fetid knolls continues to permeate these tunnels. Almost nothing seems to. In any cave, there's always bits of life, some kinds of mushrooms, molds, things like that. Somehow, this place is so rancid, nothing is here. No mold, no mushrooms, just foul stink and mud.
That's kind of impressive, in my opinion.
That's awful.
It's
Sir, I
in
don't
keeping
like it.
with those of you that don't care for the gnolls. Their tendency is to utterly destroy everything around them.
Just curb stomping all the plant life.
You enter the central passage. You notice that this passage leads out into a larger chamber. On the sides, you can see that this chamber is actually a hub of sorts and connects to various other caves via a combination of sometimes drop-offs of ledge or off ledges, sometimes through sealed doors. This would not be obvious if a certain somebody hadn't just used essentially a radar ping. But you get the general sense that the passageway you just entered is something below ground that links to all these caves together.
Spooky.
I am going to try my hardest to memorize a decent path through here so I can just purge these little shits.
Okay. Give me perceptions.
Got a boss.
I want you to hear him trying his hardest.
I am aware of my thinking. Please to crit on it, damn it. So close.
Jesus. All right.
My passive is 17 though.
The
Hear the blood rushing to my temple.
DC was 14, but 25 hits it pretty easily.
Up.
You hear laughing. Laughing, what sounds like a baby screaming, followed by screaming of probably some kind of an adult man, where the voice suddenly goes deep again midway through the scream. Like a voice that's oscillating octaves while screaming like a terrified person.
Is
It's
it one of
more
those
those
assholes
fucking
with hooves?
things.
Probably.
We already know they can
You
change
just look over at his Matthias's raven. Just shut up.
it does mimic.
It does.
It can now mimic the horrible things those things said.
It can.
It's been watching Saw movies.
See, now I'm just picturing. You ever see those videos of two programs that repeat what you say in a weird voice back? Dueling Carls.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
God,
picturing
what?
Matthias's bird and one of these things in a hold on.
It's horrifying.
I'm sending a link.
I could.
I
use that
gotta see this.
because it did. Yeah.
It's
Maybe it'll be
horrible
interesting.
and weird. A talking Farrell scream fight.
This is Talking Carl.
Great. Now I've saved YouTube. No, yeah. on the thing, it just YouTube loading.
That's what I was waiting for. Waiting for that Zach death.
This is Talking Carl. He repeats everything you say. And he's gonna get in a
Just fucking shrieking like Zubats. Oh my god.
There you go. That's what happens whenever you attempt to mimic a creature with mimic.
So, what was there a direction these sounds were coming from?
Yes. One of the offshoots tunnels. There's probably about a half dozen passageways. This is coming from the southernmost one.
Yeah, probably more of those fucking. What the fuck were they called?
They were. Let me pull up the name.
Hooved assholes
Uh,
and modules.
Lucrotas.
Those things. The cucarachas.
Yeah.
Which-
All right. Now here's the thing. You start getting closer. You hear the baying of gnolls. They're laughing. It sounds almost taunting.
They know we're here.
Now, they don't seem to be laughing at you.
Oh, good.
Something's going on in the room ahead.
Nice.
I'm gonna hold
Wait, is the room the room ahead the same place I heard the other sounds?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold the torch down lower so the light doesn't spread as far and kind of creep ahead. Or since I have disadvantage, I can let Amber Cup do it, so that she can actually see in the damn dark.
Or I could send my Raven,
Yeah, that works too.
which
Yeah.
I doubt it can carry a torch and it can't see in the dark.
Okay.
Is there any light sources ahead, or is it just pure darkness?
Are you going to continue until you see a light source?
If I'm told there's laughter ahead, I could probably ask the bird to just walk.
Did you see the video that I sent of the one bird walking?
Yes.
That's my bird when it walks.
It was adorable and stompy.
I can always sneak ahead and come back.
We can wait here. I mean, you do have fly, 60 feet of movement, and dash as bonus action.
And I hide good.
And you hide good.
It's very true. Even while flying, I'm going to clang.
I'll creep ahead.
Why do you have balls of steel?
Amber Cup, you continue moving down the hallway. There are indeed holes in the cave all around you. Do you want to continue pushing forward? The sounds in front continue to be agitated.
Shall I roll stealth?
Sure.
Can't hurt.
I'm glad I have advantage on that.
Yeah.
Me too. You rolled your passive.
All right. You're drifting silently through the air. Just continue pushing forward. Or are you going to stop and investigate each of these holes as you go?
I'm going to assume that the holes may contain more bullshit.
Okay.
I don't want to get too close to them.
You operate under the assumption that bullshit might fall from the holes at any moment. You keep as healthy a distance as you can. Your speed is high, and you're not going to get slowed down much by this. As soon as you were 35 feet away, roll initiative! As you kind of scoot forward, eventually you come around a corner. It looks like the hallway turns into an open room. There's a landing, it looks like. So if you walk directly up to it, you would be standing on a ledge looking down. From below, there is a light source. It looks like a couple of torches. This is definitely the source of the sound. Whatever is laughing and is making those upsetting noises is definitely down below.
Do you have a spyglass or anything?
No. That wouldn't help me anyways, because...
I just want you to look like an asshole. Well,
can I see anything from where I am?
Are you going to move up to the ledge? You can't really see anything besides the exit of the cave. You can see the stone wall on the far side.
I'll creep forward a little bit more.
All right. You continue to move forward. You are witness to the following scene.
And they spear you in the fucking face!
Oh, yeah, they spear you all up in and over your guts.
At least I'm not being halberted this time.
You don't know that.
Damn it, Karen.
Suddenly Karen turns to you. You must be a powerful caster, huh?
Vanish! Fuck, I don't have contingency active.
Ha! Fuck you!
And
Until I die.
Just repeatedly into the ceiling over and over.
Yes.
Just violently just... Yeah, Mike?
sorry, still moving the players and everything.
Don't move the players, move the game.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot you! I'm gonna drop the Temple of Orcus on you.
Maybe then I'll become a lich. So it works, right?
I don't... Maybe. I don't know.
And everything.
That might be one way to do it. That's
All right, can you see the new map?
I can see dark.
Alright, you scroll up.
Yep, I see it.
Hey! Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
I see a lot.
Yeah.
Are those the
They're,
the cucarachas?
Yeah, the Lakukarachas are in there, and they are They are, I would call it heckling, except it's horrifying. They're replicating the sounds of dead and dying people. Essentially just mocking their victims while they slowly get closer. It doesn't appear that these are corpses, in fact, all around them, but recently injured. It looks like they fell back to this point and have been making their last stand. A handful of other corpses of gnolls and other demons sit on the floor around them, but the gnolls and demons that remain standing seem completely unfazed by this. The gnolls in the back continue to laugh and bay and generally call for blood and death, only stopped by the presence of those they view as their superiors, gauging from their posture. The demons continue to close in, making snapping, kicking gestures that essentially they're soon-to-be victims. They probably don't have long.
Yeah, I'm reading things. Fuck. No, that's right. This spell is pointless here. I wish Wind Wall actually stopped things from going through it that aren't just small flying creatures. Man, that'd be useful right here.
Right?
Would be.
And how far away am I from everyone else?
How far away is everyone else?
Yeah.
35 feet plus some arbitrary distance. Hold on.
Damn, I should have sent my bird with you.
Why 35 feet?
I just want them to be able to be. Matthias, while you're back there, you hear a child's laughter from a non-ominous hole in the wall.
I don't investigate it.
I should have brought Matthias' raven with me so he could just spy while on my shoulder.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're about 100 feet back.
I would have been able to. You would have been able to talk to my raven, and then
Yeah.
gave me the information.
I just picture you lean over and go, I hope they don't see us. All of a sudden, everyone in the room, including the knights, starts shooting at you.
Including the things that don't have arms.
Yes.
They're just kicking arrows. We gotta do that
It
next
just
time.
plays the kick animation and arrow fires.
Oh, that's a really good thing to do next time. Fuck.
Holy hell, that's loud. Sorry, I turned that up really loud.
Well, time is a factor, Derek.
Where's my volley? That's when I have it
Oh.
for safety. Should I just drag it out?
I will, drag it out.
That's not big enough.
Your volley is tiny and unintimidating.
They all have ravens.
Because that's also a good. It's also a good mark.
They all have ravens.
I would say it's also a good marker
Yeah.
for lightning arrow since it's the same radius.
They are all Matthias.
All right, so I'm gonna launch in a lightning arrow through my volley.
Get some attentions.
Yeah, it's
That's
directly at the big fuck right there. And should also catch the other two in there. And assuming it hits, I will also make it a crit.
Jesus.
You're a bad man, Derek.
Well, I mean, he's a lady, Derek.
Wait, did you say since it auto hits?
I said if it hits.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus. I didn't know lightning arrow auto hit.
No, I wish. No, I still have to make a normal attack roll.
All right, start rolling them dice. Oh,
With
by the way,
advantage.
I know you can't see the knights' hit points, but the knights are wounded.
That's okay. They're not in the current AoE. Nice.
24.
Yeah. So ignore that damage. Except for the +4. No, because I'm not. Does fucking favorite enemy apply to spell damage? I want to quickly check that. Because there are two nulls there.
It's a good question. Does it apply to weapon attack or
It
just...
just says just +2 to damage rolls. Or +4 to damage rolls because I have greater now.
So I would say then yes. It says damage rolls, so yeah. If it hurts them, yes.
That is a damage roll.
Yeah, sure.
And if I set the crit range to 0, it'll automatically roll the crit damage.
Yes.
And now they're all surprised.
Hold on.
Did it?
Gotta open me up some windows.
I don't think I rolled it.
I didn't see it. Did you have it clicked in there?
I
Did
see
you
it.
actually have words? Did you actually have crit damage inputted?
Oh, I did not. That's why. Because I'm a fool.
That is the word I was trying to say. Inputted, yes.
I'll just roll 4 more d8.
Inputted.
I prefer inputting.
What do you like inputting?
Oh.
Everything. Everything's better inputting.
Nice. Nice. And then add 4.
Just fuck these guys.
So that's 37. 41 to the Krokupla. And then
Prada, you fuck.
oh, don't add 4 to that one. That one's that's not a null, right? That's not humanoid.
And then the DC
That-
thingy.
And then
Okay.
everything in the AoE except for the target. Or does it also include the target? It's been so fucking long since I've cast this spell.
I'm gonna need a quick refresher on this, by the way.
Here we go. I will just roll the spell as a spell card.
You did
There
it.
we go. Okay.
Each creature
Make-
within the 10 feet of the target. Or within 10 feet
So-
of the target.
So they get to make a dex save.
Okay. This guy is gonna make a dex save.
Yeah. Yes.
Nope. This guy is gonna make a dex save. Nope.
Get fucked.
This guy. Can't live.
Is he just a regular null?
Yeah, he's got 22 hit points. So
Well, he's only taking 9 plus 4 if he's a null. The dex save is for the secondary 2d8 damage.
okay.
Yeah, the big damage is just for the primary target. And that doesn't get a dex save. That's just me hitting it.
Fleshnar. There we go. Sorry, I thought I opened this guy already, but apparently I did not.
It's okay, I'm still
Dex
walling,
save.
so I have 2 more attacks.
Oh god.
All right. Yep, that sounds about right.
Sure is D&D.
All right. So
And then this is...
let me see. Target takes 48 lightning damage. 17.
Yeah, plus the 20.
Okay. Wait a minute.
So-
Wait a minute.
Because I made it a crit. Because I'm assuming the AoE damage doesn't get multiplied by a crit.
No. And if this is a dex save, it doesn't have an attack roll.
No, the initial shot has the attack roll, and then it makes an AoE that has dex save.
Oh, okay. So that. Sorry, I didn't read. I just skimmed.
How dare you? How dare you, Mike?
There it is. Okay. All right. I'm up to speed now. Probably.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
All right. So he takes minus 20.
And hopefully this is all loud enough for the party members to hear.
I figure when I hear lightning, I'm probably gonna come running and dragging Matthias after me.
Yeah, and then if they're gnolls, they also take an additional 4 damage.
Ooh.
No. These guys are not gnolls.
The Pack Lord and the...
Oh,
And
they
the
are, but the Lucrotas.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's not a null humanoid.
Question about movement. Can Karen carry me 60 feet or 120 feet if he dashes, and then I can just use my movement after that?
That probably becomes a question of weight, and I do not want to actually do the math on that.
Alright, that's fine. I was just curious.
Actually, you know what? Technically speaking, since I am just, all my shit's just doubled for carry weight and stuff.
It would allow me to get in there cone of cold and get back out. And hopefully be able to exclude enough people to not kill them.
I will leave that to Mike.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my call on that.
It's fine.
Is
I was just,
that's essentially just trying to
Yeah, I
Double
was
down.
mostly joking.
Yeah.
But if it did work, I'd be okay with it. But
Well, because
I'm okay with
I
it
understand it should work by the rules. I'm gonna go with no in this case,
That's
if only
fine.
because describe how that would work in real life.
I just wrap
How
my
did
arms
you
around a neck
accelerate
and
while
use flies.
staying with somebody? And you both ran at the exact same speed, but you covered twice the distance because he was carrying you.
I think the rules might end up working out so that it's equivalent to mounting. So it would end up using up a bunch of your speed anyways, and you'd probably end up with 0 net gain.
Oh, because you have to mount and
just-
dismount.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense on the mounting rules. Okay.
Okay. I threw the total damage there, if that helps you. 'Cause I don't know if you were still calculating anything.
Oh, that's very helpful. 13.
And then I will also shoot the null pack lord.
Roll it.
Carrying capacity.
Please
is
kill the
doubled.
flesh gnar. He doesn't have a lot of hit points, and it
Does-
annoys me to have 3 windows open.
Did that kill him? 13?
Yep.
And the pack lord.
All right.
Consistent.
Very nice.
Good.
And then since I've already revealed, I'll just shout for everyone to get over here.
Just
Everyone, get in here.
all right, and everyone roll initiative.
You got a boss.
I can't because I don't have an icon there, so I'll move an icon there just so I can roll initiative. Is that okay?
I'll scoot this out of the way.
Oops. Oops, indeed.
Damn it!
Intelligence.
Why are you always Miria?
I don't know. This is upsetting me.
Hello. Ha
Well, that advantage sure did a lot. I'm really consistent today. I'll accept it. Oh, you fuckers just had to be faster than me.
Let me see here.
At least I can roll.
Initiative. 18. What can I get?
We're really consistent today, guys.
Well, sure is not D&D in here.
No, I think this is pretty D&D.
All right, Matthias.
That was for my Raven, because I
What's
can't
that?
click myself because it's listed as Miri and Ilo.
I want you to just roll that again for my sake and get an 11 and just proof of threes here. Come on.
Why can you control Miria?
He's not Miria. His
I-
name is Miria.
And I can't control it. I cannot control this token. I drag it from my character sheet onto there. It's the right token. I just can't control it. That's the wrong name. I don't know what
That-
happened. but
That
we
makes
do
it
this.
D&D in here.
Hold on.
It happened last time too.
There.
Thank you.
No problem.
Fucking Lord Captain Matthias Emberwind. Covering up the Raven's name that it doesn't even have.
I rolled a
That's
1.
pretty D&D.
I'm usually good at initiatives.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean,
Are
I don't have a
you?
good bonus, but like every other time it was like 20s.
Dude, you have a better
+3,
bonus than I
but-
do.
Yeah, but you have advantage and your dice aren't assholes.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really compare when your other two party members both have advantage on initiative.
All right.
Can't be surprised.
And Amber Cup, you led the surprise round. They had no idea an attack was coming. Oh yeah, I forgot. Michael Knight has to make a roll.
Fuck you, Michael Knight.
He better have a car.
He has to build it still. All he has right now is the kit.
God damn you.
That's me trying to throw up.
I want you all dead. That was bad enough that I want everyone involved dead, including me. We all need to die and take this to our graves.
Especially you.
So you've got about maybe about a 5-foot clearance. There's a little bit of a small like gradient. It's rough terrain to get up to where you're at, Derek. So after you took your shots, you initiated the surprise round. Would you like to do anything else?
Back up.
All right, you have your full movement.
If only you had like a flask of oil, you could just smash it on the edge and laugh. Get some proper slapstick when they come
so
across you.
how high is where I am compared to where they are?
Yeah, about 5 feet up.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a big drop off.
No, you wouldn't like take damage or anything.
And you're flying.
Well, I'm flying, so that doesn't matter anyway.
For now.
I was just thinking more in distance of them getting at us.
You can get all up over that.
I might as well fucking. I don't even know if these things have any. How high is the ceiling?
In here, this is a pretty narrow section of cave. The ceiling is 8 feet.
Oh. The low ceiling.
Very.
All right, I'll just.
The big room opens up. That goes up to as high as about 20 feet into a little mini cavern.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the big room. I was like 8 feet. Jesus.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like.
Okay, yeah.
Geez, talk about oppressive.
I'll just move on out here. Just, 25. I can bonus action. I didn't. Oh, I can't bonus action dash because I use lightning arrow. So that's important. I'll just go there, hovering as high as I can go.
Okay. And it is their turn. They
Is it?
recover and are not happy.
Good.
Well done.
But that was the surprise round, right?
Yeah. So you got the surprise round. You know what? Yeah, players can be in the surprise round too. You guys were 100 feet away. Because although you didn't see combat start, you pretty much had a good... You knew it was coming. You knew it more than these guys did.
Oh yeah. You gotta be okay if I sprint, Matthias, or should I hang out with you?
Should be fine.
Okay, I am sprinting ahead at a dead run. That's 80
Aha!
feet.
You said sprint! The floor is covered in banana peels!
I think
Oh,
he's
God.
already flying.
Oh wait, that means 120 feet.
The air is filled with banana peels.
They're
All
Damn it.
anti-feels.
banana peels.
Curse you, anti-gravity bananas.
God. Another chat that I have open in Discord that I'm not paying attention to. I forgot they're all watching the Death Note movie right now. The American Netflix one that just came out.
Oh dear God.
And I'm scared to look into that chat later. Because they're like live chatting it too.
Don't do it. Okay, so I assume, are you both just going to dash the 120 feet?
God, yes.
Yeah.
You are 100 feet from this point.
I'm gonna dash up to that point. And hope they can't jump.
That's 100 right here. Oh God, Knowles.
Oh, Knowles.
The knights now see you guys coming around the corner. They give out a try to flag your attention before starting to pull back to their wounded fellows.
I see them and the many, many Knowles in the way. 5, 10, 15, 20.
It's only
I'm
two.
still up in the air though, so.
Yeah. It's only two
Yeah, you're only
knolls.
5 feet above the ground though, so you can hit them.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I was dashing, so. So what do you think, guys? Think 4 of these Lacrotas is enough of a threat to use my last rage?
Do you think you're not going to need to rage anymore the rest of these, the rest of the day?
Do I have
I'm
polymorph?
probably very much going to need to rage.
Do you think I'm going to kick the shit out of you if you don't?
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck
Die in a
you.
fire, Mike. What do you think, guys?
I
Just-
don't have polymorph. Damn.
I
Would
believe
you
in
like?
you.
Would you like? You have some insight into this as just a tact. You know, this is not your first fight with the Knolls. They're not done with you yet.
Then
Use
I'm
that
probably-
information as you will.
I am not going to rage then just yet. Until things get a little bit more grim.
Are you certain?
No. Going to rage is my bonus action. Because the longer I get, the less damage I take, the more I can rest over time and overall survive longer.
So yes, you're raging or no?
Yes, I am raging.
Okay. Quietly puts away the things I was gonna send after you. Just All right, you break into a rage. Yeah,
Screaming at this fucking
Scream?
knoll.
in blood fury. The knights take a moment and take a step backwards from the unbridled wrath of the barbarian hanging just overhead.
At perfect decapitation height.
All right.
Gotta
let's
just
see, who's all in
take off this last rage machine. Yeah.
All right. Karen, they immediately move to surround you. Unlike before, where they were laughing and taunting the entire time, these ones are spitting curses and kind of making foul remarks. They alternate between a language you don't recognize and even some kinds of common. Their voices trail in and out of various timbres and different voices even. It's like being yelled at by four people. These two get running starts at Amber Cup and jump.
That's terrifying.
They're only able to make a single attack each rather than their usual multi-attack. Because they don't have the movement to jump a second time.
Good.
And Amber Cup, you're up first.
God damn.
Jesus.
Oh my god, they're doing their hooves while jumping. This is now stupid looking.
Drop kicked by Demon Deer.
Actually, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. They can't do backflips in Oview. In that case, let's replace that damage with a bite instead. Does that sound good? A little less silly?
Sounds good.
All right. Ignore the rolls, the damage. Yeah, I'll just roll it this way. That's from both bites.
Just wrestling move, goddamn.
Okay.
I'm just picturing goat simulator shit. They have to jump up to bite you, but you're not threatened being above them. So they can reach you, albeit awkwardly.
So disadvantage? I don't know.
Alright.
No, you're also kind of just levitating right up in the air. So you're in range, but you're not.
You're at the maximum range of their abilities. Of
Basically.
their bites.
Yeah. It's like holding a halberd by the very end of it. All right,
Oh, I'm gonna know all about that.
Karen, you're a little closer to the ground. They gonna bite you?
They ain't. Wait, why is it? Oh, the pack lord's biting
Oh,
too.
nope,
Okay.
wrong one. I'm a dumb it. I'm a
Oh, yeah,
dumb.
I imagine he would also bite you.
Ignore that. He didn't have a turn yet.
They're
What is
still
with
not
the consistency?
they're still not biting me.
I didn't
Nope.
have a turn yet.
But it would behoove you not to underestimate them.
Those both hit me. 4 and 5, 9 damage.
All right. They charge, snapping and kicking with their hooves, trying to pin you in on either side. They're trying to just trample you down, unaware that that's not ever going to work. Still, they get off a couple of good hits. Your rage spares you from most of the damage, though. And that is all they've got. Karen, you're up.
I don't like these goddamn mocking dog, deer, demon things.
This one
so-
on the top is the more injured one.
You got
It's got,
that.
it's got lightning burns, as well as in the arrows sticking out of it.
That's a freaking welcome sight. He's gonna get a. Let's see here. I don't have a. Yeah, I didn't set up a not reckless raging power attacking greatsword, so just ignore the reckless part of this. This is
Okay.
not reckless. This is just a power raging greatsword swing.
They have an AC of 14.
Nice.
And I have another. Wait, does that kill him? Does 22 murder him? I rolled a 1 on one of those.
Indeed, it does. 22 is sufficient to commit murder.
I'm looking at your fucking damage output. And I was like, wow. A 1 and a 2. Do you have? Oh, you don't have fighting style, so you don't have the great weapon fighting.
Nope.
Man, that'd be nice right now. Just reroll both of those.
Oh my god, right?
And now I'm gonna turn around and start laughing at the other one left over and work on him. He has 2 attacks coming. Raging power great swords. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh dear.
You have your crit damage set up, right?
That's 35.
Yeah, you guys have 3 dice in there.
Yeah, I have 3d6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's 2d6 from the actual sword. Then I have
the barbarian thing.
yeah, whatever critical is, savage critical or something, or
Brutal critical, savage
that.
critical.
Yeah. So it gives me another 1d6. That's what I was asking you guys about, because on the other sheet I had it as 4d6 at first.
The first hit catches it right in the side of the face. That sends a shower of nasty, fetid saliva and gore spraying all over the stone behind him. The stench is incredibly foul. The damage, on the other hand, is very sweet. He is fucking rocked, barely clinging to life, with only a fraction of his former vigor.
35 plus 23.
Yep.
58.
Karen, anything else you want to get all in on?
If these guys are still alive from that, I'm just gonna look at the survivor and just start fucking just continue laughing and mocking him.
Okay. Amber Cup.
So moving from these will provoke still?
No, you're not
Oh.
threatened.
Oh, okay.
They can't hover in the air to continue to threaten the spot.
That'd be funny. All right. I will not volley for once because I don't need to.
Just Hordebreaker instead, because fuck
Yeah.
those assholes.
Shooting the cucaracha.
Hit. Hit.
And then horde breakering to Knoll.
Oh, wait, are you hitting Karen's?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
All right, in that case, the first one kills him.
Oh.
Nice.
The second one also hits the Knoll for 10. And then, would you like to direct the third hit at the Knoll as well?
I don't think I can.
No, you hit the
Because the-
cucaracha first. And
Because I
then
can only
Hordebreaker to the Knoll.
horde breaker to things that I haven't shot.
Oh, I see. So the third shot's got to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Well, the third shot just wouldn't. Yeah, unless I want to shoot Karen.
I don't
Keep it
need
range
the help raging, thank you.
You can't see hit points. I'll say you could take the third shot. That's fine.
Okay. So-
That's another 14 damage on that pack lord.
So 14 or
Which-
10 and 14.
Is exactly enough to drop him.
Sweet.
I continue laughing as everything
That was-
drops dead around me.
10, 15, 20, 25,
I'm not getting a turn this combat, am I?
45.
I'm not.
Well, maybe. Listen, you rolled a 4. You should have thought about that before you rolled a 4.
I thought these guys wouldn't just be chumped out
Hey,
so
they were
hard.
surprised. Did I have a turn? Oh wait, I ran up there.
Yeah.
This pack lord points at Karen and just starts screeching in the guttural language of their own. A word that you recognize, Karen, and as do you, Amber Cup. It's the only word really in their language you recognize, and it's because they say it a lot. The word is synonymous with kill, maim, murder, eat.
It's a very powerful word.
It's very powerful. It works in many situations. Said pack lord. Yay!
Yay!
Who's the inciting to rampage? Oh, they have rampage?
Yep.
Neat.
Any one creature that the null can see.
And
Oh, rampage trait. Never mind.
It would make sense that creatures associated with the gnolls would have the rampage trait.
Big jerk.
Is that going to me or Amber Cup?
that's going to you.
Okay, 4 damage. I wanted to be sure because he's right between us.
Before he takes off like a coward. Fleeing down the northern tunnel.
You big bitch. I say.
I'm just gonna continue howling and fucking laughter here.
Bird.
All right.
My raven is going to go and use a help action against
Bless
this
your
guy.
bird.
Next person to attack it has advantage. Also, I have a
So-
question really quick. Because of the issues with my icon, it doesn't have all my stats the previous page had. Can you look at the other page and tell me what the blue numbers are on my icon, Mike?
What do you mean the other page?
The last page we were on before this one? The last map?
Oh, yeah.
I want to make sure my spell points are correct. Because those didn't carry over on my icon.
And hold on. 44.
Alright, thank you. And that's all my raven's doing.
Okay. Michael Knight. It is his turn. The knights let out a cheer as they're bailed out of what was going to be a very, very painful demise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not yet.
They attempt to rally and prepare themselves. Their weapons were already drawn, but they're well out of melee range. They take up a defensive position in front of their fallen.
Don't be a hero.
And start advancing. However, they're also pretty badly injured. Their charge is not nearly as
Forceful as it could be.
aggressive. They're holding their actions, essentially. Closing the distance while readying themselves.
So Matthias, you have advantage.
Just burn the dog. The dog deer. Dog deer demon.
Yes. Well, now, I was gonna fireball, but now there's not enough to make that worth it.
Guess you got a fire bolt.
Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt the one near the bird.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, he is a. Yep, that's a.
Good thing I had advantage on that.
Which one?
It's a toasty lacrota.
The firebolt slams into the side of this thing. It lets out a yelp in 4 different voices at once,
I don't
and
like that.
momentarily drops to the ground.
You said if I'm high enough, he can't attack me with an opportunity attack. The Lacrota?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna be as high up as possible. 5, 10,
Wait, so did it actually like fall prone?
25,
No, it
Oh.
basically buckled under the weight.
Okay.
40.
Wasn't like blowing off its feet or anything.
Been funny. Anything bad happening to these things is funny.
I'm gonna tell them to
Agreed.
stay out of the fight. I'm gonna move there and tell them to stay out of the fight. Tend to your wounded.
Okay.
See, you say that, but I picture you using them as human shields. So
Activate hero shield. Grab one of them.
So
What's your
these
passive insight? I'm just kidding.
So these two don't They start talking in the language of the gnolls. Does anyone here speak gnoll?
No, sir.
Speak dragon. Is that close?
No.
The only language I speak that isn't human-based in some form is Orcish.
Yeah, I got Common, Elvish, Orcish, and Deep Speech.
They move and attempt to flank Karen again. However, this one changes focus. Amber Cup. He's going to make one swing at you. Oh no, he's got the movement. He can hop twice. He's going to jump up and bite.
And then jump up and hoove.
And slide over here where he's got the 5 feet up.
Slide to the left.
You're ridiculous.
This has disadvantage. Hooves, they're ground based. It'd be really hard to get them that. Even if he's 5 feet up and you're like within reach, he's kicking your shins.
Mike,
So this has disadvantage.
double crits.
Right?
Fuck you.
Ah!
Suck a dick.
Thank God for disadvantage.
What is with the consistency in here?
Finally,
Alright.
D&D works for us.
Karen, it's your turn.
Having never stopped laughing, I'm gonna keep hacking at these
This
Lakota.
thing's trying to furiously pummel the life out of you, as if it could just keep raining enough blows. Eventually, you'll stop laughing at it.
Oh, am I hurting its feelings?
No, you're hurting it with axes and fire and stuff.
Hey, I'm using a
Karen.
great sword, thank you.
Karen, it's your turn.
You know what? I am going reckless. I'm pissed off, and I want that gnoll up ahead dead. Power, reckless, raging, greatsword. I'm glad that really worked out for me.
I think I figured out your problem. It's going reckless and power attacking. You just have to do a regular swing with power attack.
I'm sorry.
And try again.
Try again.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
25.
I almost took that off of your health because I wasn't paying attention.
I
right.
get off the Raven's health.
Oh my god!
Ooh,
I
you
feel
should-
like the caster would get like some kind of psychic backlash from overwhelming damage.
I think what needs to happen is he needs to kill my raven to get the cleave.
You know, that's stupid.
Amber Cup, it is your turn. He is in reach.
That's okay. He has disadvantage because I am a ranger.
Double crits.
As I move away. 5, 10,
Roll that
15,
damage.
20, 30, 35.
Bite.
Glad he had disadvantage and still hit me. But at least it's not a crit.
Yeah.
Is he gonna hit you for decent crit damage or garbage damage on a regular hit?
Yeah. Can I see that fucking knoll that ran off from where I am?
He's gonna shoot him in the back.
Oh yeah.
No, the caves twist and turn. He's probably not too far away.
'Cause I can bonus action dash another. Actually, no. I only use 35 feet. I'm flying. I keep forgetting.
You can follow him around the corner if you want, but you also don't know what else is around that corner.
Might be more of those maw demon things.
Well, according to the map, nothing, because it just ends.
According to the map, Oblivion is what it is around that corner.
Nothingness. The
Can I,
void.
can I see his butt from here?
You could take a shot at him if you want.
Because unless he has total cover, it means nothing to me.
You're taking shots literally at his tail.
That's enough.
Sever
No,
his
you
tail.
can do it. You can definitely do it.
You
It's
can
gonna
run
hurt.
and pin him to a wall.
Sever his tail, Derek.
Yep. He is now a tailless gnoll.
Is he dead?
No, he's
Okay.
he's got a good bit of hit points.
Oh! Does he? Does he got a good bit?
36.
Derek,
Oh.
what is your problem?
34.
I hate them a lot, Mike. You don't understand.
You're my
Dude,
hero.
That was max damage on everything.
You slide around the corner, knock 2 arrows. While the first one takes his tail off, and the second one hits him right in the base of the spine. He lets out the last bit of air from his lungs before collapsing, heaving onto the ground and bleeding out.
It was 57 damage.
Yep.
You're my hero.
Yep, it was.
I am proud of you, Amber.
We have less than 50 hit points.
And then I'll bonus action dash back over here because I don't want to keep going forward.
I am so proud of you.
I just don't want him getting too far away and bringing more shit to us.
It was a good call. He is not bringing anybody. All right.
Jesus. Knocked over a bottle and started trying to pick it up and knocked it over like 5 more times, just like a fucking dumbass.
All right, Raven's turn.
Crit in real life, or crit in the game, fumble in real life.
You're not wrong.
Raven,
We're gonna
gonna use a help action against that one.
Yeah.
All right. The knights give you a nod and they withdraw. These two grab their injured friend and drag him backwards. And this one covers their retreat.
Oh.
Jake, you're up.
Does the one in front of me look bloodied or in any way? Does it look like it doesn't
He
have that much
is-
hit points?
Injured, but not bloodied. The one up here is the most injured.
Oh, well, I'm hitting the one near Karen. I have advantage. And
Go for it, man.
I'm choosing fire.
Nice.
That's
20
less damage than
Firebolt.
firebolt.
It's literally less damage than Firebolt. It's only 3d8 instead of 3d10.
You see that.
All right. It connects. It
least you had it- at
sears.
At least you hit.
The orb swells and pops in a spray of burning fire. It lets out a wail.
Of a tail.
Where did it let the wail out of? Who knows?
It's falling through the sky with a flower pot.
Hold on.
I guess the thing that makes it better is the fact that it's, chromatic. I wish I would have read that. Oh well, it's been forever.
Yeah, I didn't even know you had that. Fuck you, Mike. He's not a wild mage sorcerer.
And let me do this thing with my spell points.
Just
That used
endless
to-
null infused flumps just falling from the ceiling.
Null infused. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, they have null heads.
That's,
Oh, no teeth. They're just flopping around on the ground.
do they even have mouths? Where are the
Nope.
teeth?
Exactly, they don't have them.
I can't see where I'm going because a whale is on the tiles.
Well, that's your problem. Fuck's that?
Is that a flower pot, Mike?
I'm gonna kill Mike. I'm gonna kill so much.
What?
I'm
What's
gonna
your
kill
problem,
I'm,
you
I'm gonna
guys?
kill again.
What's your problem? All right, Jake, are you done?
Well, I'm gonna move, but the whale and stuff needs to move out of the way so I can see the tiles.
The question, Mike, are you done?
Never.
I'll move over there. At least now I know. Only use chromatic orb if firebolt is not good because fire.
Alright, stack up. All the damages.
How you doing, Mike?
All right. It is now this guy's turn. He is not happy. He is not happy at all. He lets out a howl. Before turning his, well, he's got a raven in his face, a barbarian also in his face. Hold on, let me roll. Let me see what it says.
Maybe he's hungry.
Hold on.
Because of the fact that we're doing the strategy, we move the boss back and forth.
If he rolls a 1, it's a Raven. If he rolls anywhere from 2 to 1 million, it's Karen.
Thrown out while
Oh. Nope. Okay. He says, "Your magic doesn't frighten me, wizard."
Oh.
Karen, he's kicking you.
He's probably gonna. No, he does not hit. Even with advantage, he does not hit.
Jake, he's taking a snap at your bird.
What's your bird's AC?
I think
Did it
might
actually
be higher
miss?
than that. It's 12.
Fucking suck.
It lives.
You know what? You know what the funniest part about this was? If he had succeeded, what he
He
rolled
would've had another
was
hoove.
bloodthirsty aggressive. He was just gonna kill your bird and rampage all the way over to you and give you one last kick via a flying deer drop kick.
As a reaction, can my bird laugh as one of them laughing?
No.
I'll
Please
make that
don't.
happen
I'll
next
shoot
turn.
it.
Prepare that kind of thing in advance. You continue to taunt this thing, though. It's woefully inept at fighting you back. Seeing its failure and sensing its own death, it calls out for aid from its friend and says, he says something in Nolish.
Brother, may I have some oats?
He's gonna sow his wild oats all over Karen's back.
Ew.
Gross.
Yes, he is.
See, aren't you glad you're raging?
Yes.
Walk into the next room and there's just 12 of them.
Every
He
room you
says
go
6
in, there's
and 4,
exactly
that's
the number
10.
from the last room plus 1.
Oh God.
All right, these guys are laying into you.
Not for long.
Not for long, indeed. Karen.
Now you said the one that just jumped at me is the one that's hurting, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna whirl at him and fucking just.
Oh wait, this one is the one that's most badly hurt now.
Okay,
after,
well,
Jake's shot.
after the orb, well, all right. The most wounded one. You know what? I'm still going reckless, just in case. Power, raging, reckless, slice.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, nope, never mind. I'm a dumb person.
What?
Oh, yep, he's dead.
All right.
Now kill that bird.
Next 2 swings, you're going to the one behind me.
Remember, put the axe in your butt.
16 and 11.
Aw.
Damn it!
Should have put the axe in your butt.
It's a great sword, damn it.
Maybe
Roland
Put
has
the
the
axe
axe.
All right, you deliver a crushing blow to the one in front, a follow-up shot to the one behind you. It's not doing real well.
I'm just going to continue mocking it. Everything
Amber
in its
Cup, it
pack
is
is
your
going
turn.
to die.
Oh.
Amber Cup, if you volley, I'm just saying, if you volley,
I could kill so many people. But I couldn't kill all of them.
think about the experience.
I would kill
None.
you. I would kill you. And then myself, after my bird.
All right, AC is 14. The first shot does not quite connect. The second one does, though, and hits it right in the neck. It staggers for a moment, and it looks like you suddenly got its attention. It stares hatefully at you, gurgles once, and falls dead.
Gurgle, gurgle.
A quick Karen, go sprinting down the hall to make more use of your rage.
And keep the fly going.
And then drag them all back here.
I think the picture of the knights are just like, oh, thank God, and you're just onward. You just keep running. Bye. It's just. I guess we'll just carry them ourselves.
Yeah. I'll use my movement to swoop down.
You drop off a 6-pack of potions and just run away.
I'm gonna, if I'm able to, whenever it's my turn, do a medicine check to see if I can stabilize anyone if needed.
Okay, yeah. Let's. What's our immediate action? Are we going to head to the knights and check on the ones that are downed, or are we going to send anyone forward to murder more? Let's just call it what it is.
I'm gonna check on the knights, or at least that's what I want to do.
All right, Karen.
I'm
This
gonna-
area is lit by torches, by the way.
I'm going to go and Let's see here.
Yeah, let me give you, before I forget, the passageways between regions, between zones, tend to be unilluminated. They don't have wall sconces or anything like that. However, the larger, bigger open rooms tend to have torches, either because people carried them in, or because they're actually mounted on the wall.
Take
Okay.
Torch with you.
I'm just gonna assume I just never really stopped having it.
Well, you probably
Yeah.
put it down. But that's about it.
True.
It's just
Yeah.
rolling around wherever you go.
I mean, you drop a torch on the ground, it's not going to go out. It's not wet in here at all.
All right.
I don't know. There's a lot of blood.
Now there is, yeah. I am
That scene
going
from
to.
The Shining.
I'm gonna move right here, and pretty much just stand guard. We're ready in action. If anything pops out, I'm gonna swing at it.
Okay.
Make sure nothing got the attention from the knoll running out, making noises before he got shot. So.
My
Oh yeah,
bird's
your
I'm
rage,
not
doesn't,
here.
your rage doesn't end early anymore, does it?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, so that's nice.
My bird's
Wait,
gonna
I
go
think.
into
Let me
a
double check that.
Karen, give me a
Wait,
perception.
nope. Persistent rage is level 15, so this thing's gonna run out. Relentless rage just means if I get knocked out, I can just get angry and get back up again.
So if you get knocked down, then you get up again. Is there
Yeah.
anything going to keep you down?
Crippling depression. Yes. 11.
I hate that song so much.
Okay, so you were likely to lose your
Yeah.
rage anyway. So.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you go up there and you take point. Give me a perception check. Oh, you already gave
Rolled
it.
it. 11. Yeah. Unless you would like to give me advantage for no reason at all,
And my
but
bird ate
No.
him.
No, you have if anyone tries to sneak up, we'll be using your passive. This was just your. Is anyone coming? No. All right. Your initial check.
Because the ball
Okay.
chewing on him.
Just the whole cave just goes.
oh god, it was a massive mimic this entire time.
I wish so much that I had come up with the idea that they put in the Tomb of Horrors. It's a campsite. Looks to be abandoned. The fire's burning. It looks like somebody should be here, but no one is. As soon as you get there, everything in it's an animated object. The individual logs fly up out of the fire and just beat you. As the tent tries to grapple and squeeze you. Like,
Nice.
it's just the stupidest mimic. It's like that article. What is it with things in D&D that pretend to be other things? it's like the one note that they just kept beating into the ground. Wonder why players have trust issues. All right, Karen, you go take point. There is definitely lots more sounds out ahead. When any of them get close enough or sound like they're coming towards you, I will let you know.
Sounds good.
All right. Amber Cup and Matthias, you're both running over to the wounded soldiers.
Yeah.
Give me medicine rolls if you're trying to check. If you're trying to.
Didn't even put my mod in there.
Okay, that's
wait.
better.
Your mod's broken.
Yeah, for that
Okay.
one.
God damn it! Not again.
I have a +6 to that, so.
Okay, that's way better. I was gonna say.
And I helped.
I was gonna say, with
You,
Jake's 9, he runs over and goes, "Oh shit! Did you know they were bleeding?" Like, no, you're
You remember what
Amber
to do
Cup.
stuff, right? Sorry.
Yeah, I did it. I just gotta. I'll roll
Okay.
again to double check.
These they've suffered multiple wounds. These are, like I mentioned, these are fairly hardy fighters. Individually, on a 1-for-1, they're no match for the
Nope. Didn't
the more enormous members of Karen's tribe. But these guys are no pushover.
I keep pressing the wrong thing.
To give you an idea of about what kind of strength we're dealing with here, they can usually make 2 attacks around AC 18 and like 52 hit points. These guys did not go down easy.
Are they just veterans?
There we go.
No,
That
they're
was the
knights.
Nice.
All right, so that's a 15 instead of a 9.
Okay. It looks like they've been bitten, they've been slashed. Their armor has been punctured, and in some places they've been wounded underneath it. It's difficult to discern the damage without removing their armor, and that seems like a dangerous maneuver here.
Yeah.
The most put together of the remaining troop runs up, approaches, and says, "Oh, the gods, thank you. We didn't expect to see you back this way. How did you find us?"
Came in through a cave.
Yeah, we came into the cave. We're clearing this place out. And do you know of anything? Do you know what's ahead? Do you have any intel you can give us?
Says, only what we were told during the retreat. We were supposed to fall back to the main cave entrance, the widest one from the outside. Unfortunately, we never made it, and we got separated from our main group. We covered their escape as long as we could, but they made it to the rally point, and we did not. Now there's no way to reach that cave without going outside, which is suicide.
A little bit.
It says,
which way did they come in?
We
Or did
cleared the
you
way
come
in?
back there, the back the way we came. But there's a lot of different paths they could take, so we can't really tell them.
Yeah, everything keeps branching out.
you were the one that came from the central chamber that connects to the other branches. They came the other way.
Hmm.
There's a good chance they don't know the layout of these places.
Do you think they're smart enough to understand directions?
Probably.
All right. Am I smart enough to remember those directions?
I hope.
Sure. Where are you going to guide them? Well,
I
the
haven't
question
decided
is-
yet. I just want to know if I memorize the layout.
Yeah. You have a perceptive, right? You can remember things really easy.
Perceptive. Well, yeah, I have observant. That's different. There's another thing that you can remember all paths. I don't have that feat though.
Okay. No, you've got a pretty good idea of from whence you've came. But you didn't run into your forces in full retreat. They're looking for where their remaining forces are gathering and trying to hold up.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, unfortunately. So I can't help you guys there. I only know where we came from, and that place was relatively clear.
True. There were gnolls behind you, though.
But there was also at least one barbarian. Is it safe to assume there was more?
Unless they were killed, then there should
That's
be at
always
least two more of my boys around.
Yeah, so if you see a gnoll with a wicked-looking axe, shit's gone bad.
Yeah.
Let me see if I actually have a
Well,
shapestone or anything.
you've got, for the sake of demonstration here, let me
Nope, I don't have it.
create a mock-up of that connecting cave passage. This is going to be a very rough sketch and not built to size, but
You can always do another pinging of primeval awareness too, just to see if there's anything immediately fucking up nearby.
you want to give that a try?
Why not?
Okay.
See if I can scan and find the other group that they're looking for. I'll put it there for reference.
Okay. So if these holes are all essentially the cave entrances down in the ravine, like I'm drawing the actual, like a top-down view of the outside of the ravine. You guys went in the first cave. From there, the passway came around and to a dead end. This is where the altar was. That dead end led you underground to a large central chamber. Granted, this is kind of divided up and is more individual hallways than one giant massive chamber, but the offshoot paths lead up directly or indirectly to the other caves. Does this give you at least a little bit better idea of what the layout is going to be?
A twisting hellscape. Got it.
A twisting fucking hellscape.
It looks cute.
That's like the internal organs of a big fuck creature.
Aw, spoiler.
God damn it! But putting things inside of things, Mike.
You were inside things the whole time.
Question, Mike, are these people stabilized? Because I know there's a check, I think it's DC 15 Wisdom save to stabilize people. Do they look stable?
Yeah, they look stable.
Alright. I'd probably ask the group
They were just playing with their food.
if you think we should, because I'm willing to, but I only have 5. If
Yeah,
you're willing
actually,
to give some healing potions to these guys.
You rolled well enough, but let me give you a little more details because for that check, you get the feeling that the things that took them down were trying not to outright kill them.
Playing with
makes
their
sense.
food.
They're playing with their fucking food.
Because we know that much about the Lucrata.
If
And
you,
Knowles
I
as
have
well.
I have a ton of potions of basic healing. So if you
I have
want to
5.
come
so-
over, I have 12. If you want to come over, I'll give you 4.
Yeah, my bird asks you if you can spare any, and then I'll come over and get them.
Yeah, I still got 5 regular ones on me.
Yeah, so-
I'll fish out a fistful and give you or the bird 4 of them with the ferry back.
Not sure if
Okay.
you can carry them though. Maybe
I assume
2.
unless potions are like flasks, I always assume they're like mouthful vials kind of thing.
They're a half pound each.
Yeah, okay, so they're flasks. Never mind.
All right, so ooh, we can each use 2. And he has 2 paws or 2 claws.
Okay,
Or we
You-
can just
you-
go around tipping.
potions go around. You each one of them gets. Hold on.
You upset me. I could have rolled better.
Do it. Do it.
Do
I dare
it.
you.
Do it, bitch.
I dare you to just either ruin a good potion roll or just get double ones.
All right, so you gave them a total of 5.
6 total. Because there were 6 down, right?
See? Rolled better.
Sorry, what, Mike? I gave 4 potions total to this whatever that thing.
Oh, we only need 2.
So how many potions did you
6 total. Because the other ones are standing up, correct?
Yep.
They look injured, but they're still.
They're still on their
relatively
feet.
healthy. They're still on their feet.
Okay.
So
Each
figured-
one of these guys gets to
Unless
they
sorry.
down the potions and they begin slowly getting up to their feet, clutching at the wounds that are at least no longer seeping blood. They as you help out each one, they give you profound thanks for the hasty rescue.
Always a pleasure to cut down gnolls.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you got them all to their feet. They are trying to decide what to do next, but it looks like they're cut off. They were supposed to reach the other cave. They can't get to it from the outside.
That's a lot of
Derek,
people to-
you said something earlier.
I did, using primeval awareness to try and scan
Oh,
for
yeah, it's posted.
other
Give me a survival. Trying to read the situation. With advantage, it has to do with your favorite enemy.
19.
Okay. Yeah, that's more than sufficient. You sit and focus and channel one direction or another, kind of scanning up and down. It looks like the bulk of the forces have all entered the caves. You see a large gathering in one of the larger caves. In this case, this one. You
Convenient.
are here. I'm actually...
Scribble on it. Dot, you are here.
Players.
Or penis.
Hey.
Your destination is likely that cave somewhere.
So
You've
they
got a
shouldn't. So
you've
they
got a-
shouldn't go that way.
Well, to go outside, you would need to navigate through the last of this cave to reach the actual outer gate, and then cross the central courtyard, which would be unwise. You guys might be able to do it, but a volley of arrows would be enough to drop most of them.
It's true.
You
I
can
could do
attempt. You can attempt to navigate there underground, but you're going to be going through some uncharted territory. What do you want to do?
What do you guys feel?
I don't want these people to run off to the death, but it's a lot of people to take care of. I mean, they're soldiers, so they know how to handle themselves, but they're all wounded.
I'm assuming you're having this conversation just a couple feet away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
They're not-
I mean no disrespect for that pet.
He's sitting there. I don't want to be babysitting a bunch of Nancy Pansy boys falling victim to.
And then they all just stab him to death.
They all
Holy
pull out
push-
their halberds.
We've decided that you're some kind of powerful wizard. I'm just picturing like a Caesar getting stabbed by everyone in the Senate, but with halberds.
A2 Amber Cup.
Yeah. Oh, so much.
The worst part is they're stabbing you with the blunt side of the halberds. The
Oh
point part.
God!
I now know why they lost the fight.
It went straight for the pooper.
My personal opinion on this is I don't really have one, honestly. If they come with us, if they come with us, they're gonna die because we're going into the heart of danger. We can't really take them back because that might just get us surrounded and lead us to unnecessary combat. If we just leave them go on their way, they're wounded. They're gonna die. So,
Well, while you're discussing, the impromptu leader of the unit steps forward. Essentially, the person dying the least steps forward and say,
that is a good.
"We
metric,
don't,
I would say.
we don't wish to be a burden. We'll be happy to serve as your rear guard while you push through the tunnels."
Crazy idea. I gotta double check to see if I actually have seeming prepared. But I'm pretty sure I do. We
Don't
can
make
look,
them look like you.
we can look like gnolls. Some of them can look like gnolls, some of them can look like prisoners. But I don't know how the height thing would work.
I will give you fair warning. Gnolls don't take prisoners. They just
Yeah.
eat people.
I was gonna say,
that's true.
If you voiced that out loud, me and Amber Cooper would have shot that down immediately.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then.
You know what?
We could
Between
all
the
be
three of you,
gnolls.
you know enough about gnolls to know that they do not take prisoners. Full stop. They cannot stop themselves from murder.
We could
Just
all
all
look
look
like
like
gnolls.
gnolls.
The only time they really stop is when they're watching a Lacrota do it slowly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those will take prisoners.
Yeah. Okay, we all look like gnolls and run into our friends, and then we all get lit the fuck up.
Just like picturing Matthias runs out. No, wait, we're not gnolls. I'm Matthias. Kill him anyway. Kill him. That's the funny thing is Matthias hasn't. I don't know why we keep picking him as the target for everyone. Like, why Matthias? He didn't do anything.
He knows what he
knows
He
did.
knows what he did.
Okay.
Damn it, Jake!
Alright, so
Fuck, what are we doing?
question though. I can make a creature seem 1 foot taller. Is that tall enough to look like a gnoll?
Yeah.
I know gnolls are really tall.
Unless you have one of those fetid, filthy halflings in your party.
I don't know. I can't see what they are.
Oh, and I'm picturing your raven as a tiny gnoll.
Aw, I'm picturing all these soldiers as little halflings, so it's just a group of children.
I'm gonna make my gnoll look like a tiny, or I'm gonna make my raven look like a tiny gnoll.
Just a tiny no flapping its arms.
Just a baby flapping hyena.
Well,
I would present that as an option.
seeming.
Yeah.
You can. All right, you present it to them. You say, "I can use my magic to disguise us, and we can walk right past them." The knights, they are okay with that plan. What is about the rest of you? They're going to defer to your judgment. So
I'm not gonna shit it down, but I'm gonna look at Amber Cup and say, how much experience do you have with Noel's smell? And I don't mean their stench.
Are we gonna have to rub ourselves on the dead bodies?
yeah.
We got plenty of Knoll around to rub on ourselves. And then I could layer a pass without trace right on top of it just for extra weird.
Just smear fucking just the awful of
I just-
Noel on them for no reason.
I like to picture like you cast pass without a trace, and people keep trying to disbelieve that you're not an illusion because you're making no sound as you walk.
So what do you guys think?
Whatever
Matthias
helps
hates
keep
his
these
idea
guys.
now because he has to get Null stink on him.
You can wash it off later.
Whatever helps keeps these guys alive, I'm okay with, because they're helping us do some badass shit here. So
Sounds like what we're doing.
All right, throw down a seeming if that's the plan.
Well, we'll have to get within 30 feet of each other. You do that?
All right. Yep. Form up.
It lasts for 8 hours. Casting.
Wow.
I want you all.
It casts for 8 hours. Or it lasts for 8 hours.
Wow.
No
Is it concentration?
Nope.
Can it end early?
I can make it end early.
Okay. I was like, that
I'm
seems
gonna
like it's
say-
really important.
I don't want to just fucking like walk up to my fucking kid and go, hey
Before it takes
guys.
effect, I'm gonna make sure. Unless you use your action to dismiss it sooner.
Nice.
Okay.
So if we do see friendlies, I can end that.
So can you customize each person, or are they all the same?
I can customize each person.
That's probably good, so we're not all copies of the same Null. Some of us probably look like Pack Lords or Flush Gnawers.
Racists.
We've seen enough Nulls that I can make everybody look different, correct? Like the Nulls that I fireballed, those Nulls there.
Oh, we
I'll
killed
make-
so many.
I'll make us
Yeah.
look like the higher-ups.
I got
Okay.
dibs on pack later.
That way, if we do get some friendly fire, it's targeted towards us and not
Us. The weak
the
ones.
weaker people.
I just had this brief vision where I'm just like, I go outside and it's like, don't worry, everyone, the Archmage is here to save you. Oh, son of a bitch. A band of gnolls! Meteor swarm! I'm a dick!
He is a dick.
He is.
You just go down there, it's like he blows your party apart. You go, why? How could you not recognize that it was us? Because I was. I did. I just...
Vulnerable deniability! And he just fireballs the remains.
All right. So you throw out a seeming. The knights are somewhat horrified, somewhat enchanted, and very, very
Horny.
awkward standing in their gnoll bodies. Gnolls have a specific hunch to them. You currently are looking at, what is that, a total of 9 gnolls with perfect posture.
That is uncanny. That is weird.
I don't know. They are kind of beaten up. Is it really that perfect? Maybe the limps will help.
It's a fair point. Now I'm just picturing Noel runs up. How's the battle, huh? He punches you in the shoulder. It's a gaping arrow wound. He's like, Yay, violence. All right.
I feel like if we attack a bunch of gnolls, they wouldn't even question it. They're just like, oh, yeah, we just do this.
So these guys are going to need, they might need some prep work from you guys who are more familiar with sneaking and blending. These are trained martial fighters. They're not espionage agents. They're not the best at it. You want to give them some orders? Possibly some coaching?
Some performance. Some really bad performance checks.
Okay, I have an important question here, Matthias. I'm wearing half plate. Did you also make my null form have some form of metal armor?
That would make you stand out. None of the gnolls have real good or plate mail. They're wearing, the gnolls that you fought have all been wearing chain shirts. It's metal.
Okay, so
Somebody-
chain would work for me then.
Yeah, so if somebody were to, for example, run their hands down your chest, like, the sensual null concubines,
Oh baby.
they would notice the texture did not match up.
Unless your half plate happens to have like carved in pecs,
But
it's like
then-
gladiator armor.
It's got bat nipples, like from the fucking movie.
But another potential giveaway is if somebody reaches up to touch you, they're not going to feel fur. So keep that in mind.
Or are they?
You're disgusting.
I don't think I'm gonna let any gnolls get within too close of me anyway.
Just
But-
slap them away. They're gnolls.
But I am going to try and coach these guys a little bit on how to walk like a filthy dog, man.
I'll help.
I've been fighting these fucking things off and I think over the past couple of years.
I would say this.
I'm
you
kind
have
of a
done-
filthy dog.
You've
woman.
done mock impersonations around the campfire in your village so many times that you can do an accurate representation of a parody of a gnoll. And
This
within a
works
few
for me.
minutes, they're awkwardly kind of hunched over and sort of pretending to slobber on themselves.
I'm not pretending.
So here's a plan. In order to make this work, you guys teach them how to act like them. I'll use my raven to teach them how to mimic them. I'm just kidding, that won't work.
I mean, it be accurate coaching.
All right,
That's true.
you've taken some time. You've given them instruction. They're as ready as they're gonna be. How are you gonna handle this travel or this walk?
Weirdly.
I'm gonna use my action to make my raven disappear because if it's on my shoulder, it's gonna be inside of me with just like its head poking out.
You're very special, Noel.
Although,
In Karo's eyes, if he wants to sell this, he has to walk in like he owns the place. So that's his plan.
if I could put it in my shirt, it can mimic for me the sound of a gnoll speaking.
Huh.
You're just reading off Chinese food items the entire
If-
time.
Yeah. Well,
I can telepathically speak to it, and then it can speak for me using mimicry.
It can, but it can only do it in common.
Yeah,
Gnolls tend to talk to each other
Only
in
the-
their language.
only the words
So-
that it's heard, so it can mimic the words but not actually understand the definition.
Guy comes up to you. Good evening, my friend. How is combat? Kill, murder, maim, eat.
Yes, indeed.
yeah. You know, that would kind
I
of work.
would just say that word. Did you guys tell me that's what it meant?
I
would
probably
ask
would have
you.
mentioned it, yeah.
Okay. Because I have no idea. Okay. If you think that'll work, I'm gonna do that.
I have no idea if it's going to work, but we don't have any other options. So,
Yeah.
It's the most interesting option, so let's go with it.
Yeah.
like I said, my only plan is if I'm going to be a Knoll, by God, I'm the pack leader. I own these tunnels.
Yes.
Be gentle.
Now is it normal for 3 pack leaders to walk with each other? I know we see them in groups of 2, but have we seen 3?
I think we murdered 3 recently.
Good point. And how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 each of us. We each have our pack.
Ah,
We're a leader of 3 each. So there we
man, and Mike, I can't believe you knew we were going to do this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Planned for it. This is you guys, by the way.
Every continuity. Perfect.
All right.
Oh, I gotta pee.
Keep in mind, I'm picturing all of you wearing basically the comedy glasses equivalent of Knoll costumes. Like, it's a fake snout, a long-haired brown wig, and like vampire teeth, like Halloween vampire teeth.
go. Yes. Yes.
Oh no, we just look like bad taxidermy. Please let there be a good bad oh my god.
Did you
I-
just
I
See the
googled
leak
bad
out?
taxidermy hyena and got the perfect image immediately.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna go pee. my god.
Oh my god! This is our life now.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom also. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay,
Same here. Be right back.
sure. How dare? Oh.
Fucking hyenas. Jesus Christ.
It was the most perfect thing.
D&D.
It is so very D&D.
Can't look at it. Heartburn.
Is anyone there? Well, I have a very important question.
Diarrhea.
Good, Max. Mike's here. Mike.
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 What?
I have question. How's
No,
the
you
floor?
don't.
Is it soft? Are there footprints? When we roll around in the mud, roll around in the knolls, do we get blood on our shoes? Do we make footprints? Because we don't
Are
want
you-
those.
That is
Are
a
you-
good question.
Are you asking for a pass without trace? Because I can make those go away.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. Because it could be dirty in here. We could leave footprints, and that would be a giveaway.
Nice, well-kept boot prints behind filthy, filthy dogs.
Yes.
Unless we rip their feet off and attach them to the bottom of our shoes.
That would give us a smell.
It would give us something, all right.
And probably a good awkward walk. That Santa Fe lean.
God damn it, Derek.
yes, you could. If you just roll around like, God.
I'm
Okay,
not actually.
you-
I'm not actually
if
saying
you
we're
go
doing
around
that.
and-
Just
You don't have to like shower in it. You're just trying to pick up the scent.
yeah.
So, like, the ground in here tends to be in patches of blood. Yes, if you step through them, you will leave footprints. But it's pretty dark in here to begin with, and it tends to be kind of hot and dry, given just how many fires they've got burning down.
All right. So it
So it's
say that's
it might
concern because of footprints and stuff.
it is a concern.
I was like, what would be more conspicuous, leaving footprints or not leaving footprints?
Good point.
Yeah.
We could
What's
just
the
take our
call?
shoes off.
Guys, you only have 8 hours. Hurry.
Guess we got a long rest first.
Motherfucker. I mean, I can get my spell points back if we do that, but still.
I honestly got no problem with smearing null scent on me because I
Of
was
course,
never
you don't have a problem with it.
I was never
I don't
really
care.
squeamish.
You have bear in your name.
Yeah, I do.
He's Bear Daddy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Also, I'm going to use this thing.
So,
What thing?
is that the plan? You're going to try and rub the bodies of the gnolls and the saliva of the nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
gross.
Why,
That's
why,
the plan?
why do you smell like my 3 best friends? All
I am your 3 best friends all at once.
I'm going to use a
All right.
pearl of power to
The
gain
knights-
spell points.
The knights are like as they're
Ah.
trained. They're trained to follow orders without question, but they're the unmistakable scrunching disgust on their faces as you're waving and brandishing gnoll and or monstrosity corpses at them and asking that they roll in it. Still, they obey. This entire process has taken some time, and it's now you hear the sounds of something coming down the hallway. Several somethings. You would estimate between 3 and 4 gnolls.
All right. Are we going to do this, or are we just going to murder everything that comes our way anyways? Because we fucking can.
We can.
You
This
could,
is
as
mainly
long
just
as,
so they don't get attacked.
as long as no one gets away or raises an alarm, you could just be a stealthy murder squad.
You know what? Let's
Unless we're the ones raising the alarm.
Oh god. We've been the sappers the entire time. We've infiltrated the humans. Let me see here.
Fucking Knoll sleeper agents.
Just
All right. So,
this is the campaign now. Let's kill the other guys.
Alright, guys.
See a
What-
twist.
The gnolls come around the corner. Last chance to do anything before they get to the room. Anything?
We leaving?
Marching that way.
Well, Karen's in front. He's leader. He knows how to deal with Nolan better than I do.
except for the whole not speaking null part, yeah.
You can just say murder, death, kill. Feast. Whatever.
All right.
You know what?
Here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna roll a 1d6.
Does seeming work on dead bodies? Because you make the dead bodies look like.
It says creatures. The spell disguise.
Dang.
Yeah. Any number of creatures that you can see, since they're currently objects and no longer creatures. I mean, we could give them some potions. They probably didn't fail their saves. Yet.
No, they're dead. They're really dead.
Yeah, they are. They deserve it.
Hold on.
This would be a fantastic time for, like, Eodane, or, like, even Lionel, because he's charisma-based. He could perform the shit out of this.
Should be roll performance.
God, no.
It'll be really funny.
All right. This is what I'm going to be rolling in cases where you are now in direct contact with a gnoll. These 4 walk into this room. There's corpses of their fellows, but no corpses of their enemies. Ready for this?
Hmm.
They look down, notice you in the room.
God damn it!
My bird mimics a murder, death, kill thing.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Give me
Now,
that's
can your
actually-
bird sell it?
a charisma check.
There's,
Give me.
there's
any
actually a
charisma-
thing. There's actually a rule for mimicry. They have to beat a DC 15 Wisdom save. I have to look that up really quick.
All right. In that case, the Pack Lord is going to make the Wisdom save, and if he makes it, the other ones will follow suit.
DC 10 Wisdom Insight check.
Okay.
11. Nat 20 this!
Come on.
Oh, the
Nice.
shenanigans. Go with the Raven. Fuck you.
God damn it.
Wow. Wow! He called your bluff.
How's he react to this?
Let me see. Let me see how smart he is.
He's probably confused as shit. Wow, he has a -1.
Oh,
wish
he's
he
smarter
rolled
than me.
Okay. They walked over to the. He kind of raises an eyebrow and just starts padding over towards the dead demons. Something just mimicked. I guess they're not demons; they're monstrosities. And he starts giving them a kick, trying to see which one's not dead. If he inspects them all, he's going to see that they're all dead. What do you want to do? There's 4 gnolls in this room with you now.
My Raven's gonna fly over here. I'm gonna turn away. That way I don't see it fly out of my chest. Fly over here, land on this, and just say it again.
I just like to picture. Wait, guys, you know what you could do? If you beat up the gnolls, you could steal their outfits and wear.
You know what?
I could
If I-
volley all of them right now.
If I see the Raven land,
It's gonna
I'm gonna-
peck at
Raven.
the corpse.
Raven, give me a stealth check.
if I see the Raven land, I'm gonna take a swing at it. Give out a nice little snarl.
Intentionally missing, I'm assuming.
No,
It's okay if it hits.
I'm gonna straight up swing at the thing like I'm trying to kill it because
Give me a fist attack.
oh
My
shit, what is it?
Raven.
Trying to punch his bird out of the air.
It's just a proficiency plus strength.
Fair warning, you are swatting it. You don't actually have claws.
I never said anything about swatting it. I want to try and swing with the goddamn sword.
You know, if it was going to be realistic, you should bite it with your mouth.
It'll
will-
just disappear, but it'll just look weird as it goes in your throat. You just bite it
Yeah.
with your throat.
All right, give me a toss an attack up.
All right,
Go.
crunch.
Would you like to cleave?
I can't believe this is now a realistic option that you can cleave off the Raven. We just fucking joked a motherfucker. Your goddamn problem.
Done. The knoll sees the Raven lets out a caw before it vanishes into a puff of feathers and mist. They whirl around. The Pack Lord turns to you. You guys have a split second before he starts talking to you, and it's going to give it all up. What do you want to do?
Someone should do a performance check. Say, "Wizard familiar, wizard nearby."
You can do that.
I
me
will
a-
try that.
Give me a performance.
I think you're the only one that has any semblance of charisma.
This
have
is
a
what he
plus
is
2.
opposing with.
I have a plus none.
Am
I
I
have a
inspired
10.
for whatever reason?
No. But there you go. Okay. You do your best impersonation of a Knoll frenzy. Seeing the Raven, you start to kind of just
Convulse.
generally scream and slam your fists on the ground. Before yelling at your individuals and just sort of gurgling noises as best you can. You're attempting to impersonate a species that you are not. You had disadvantage on this, and you still beat his 5. So, your guttural growls and pointing make it look like you're trying to give your people orders to go down that tunnel. The gnoll... Hold on. Okay.
Your problem.
The gnoll is clever and knows that if he gets there first, he'll get to eat the survivors. So he takes off down the tunnel.
Which tunnel?
This one.
The one
The one we're not going down.
fucking let him pass. I'm gonna shout after him the probably actual way to say murder, eat, kill, and just
Me too.
Give me a performance. You don't have disadvantage on this because you only have to say one word.
now for the -1.
Why are you doing this?
Not horrible.
In the din of the cave, it's fine.
Acoustics aren't great. Whatever.
They
let's go
make
kill
their
him
way
anyway.
down there. What do you want to do? Bypass your first little...
Get the fuck out of here.
We move on.
I'm gonna look at the others, just beckon them onwards and just start walking.
You give them another quick refresher. Tell them to stop looking so fucking scared. Your gnolls be fearsome, goddammit. You're looking at the gnoll face, the hunched and the, like the teeth bared, and just picture a gnoll with this expression.
I'm picturing that dog that is upset with the cupcake. Just staring.
I don't think I know that
Eerie
picture.
music. Okay. Yeah, you are making your way out of the tunnel. Did you throw any other spells out? Right now it's just seeming, that's correct?
Correct. I threw my
Yeah,
seeming
alright.
out. Seeming out.
Alright. You start making your way down the tunnel. You're approaching what looks to be six gnolls, including a pack lord. Just gonna walk right past?
I'll take notice of how they order themselves.
They're very bestial. You can replicate that very easily. They operate on a basic pack mentality, which is your positioning is not quite so important. Like, they don't have like protocols or things like that. Really, it's when more important thing comes by, get the fuck out of the way, or more important thing, we'll fucking bite you in the face.
Wasn't sure there's any like special cadence to like pack lords always in front or in back or whatever.
No, they have no consistency in that. They have extremely poor form. Fucking filthy savages, I know.
I'm gonna look back at the guys behind me, snarl and jerk my head forward and keep walking.
Now that I know, I forgot Amber Cup. What's Amber Cup's intelligence again?
6.
See, now I'm just picturing like you meet a gnoll that you like, and he decides to mentor you on all that he knows.
Yeah. Like
You
it's kind of not acting. She's just actually that animalistic.
You are just a couple of points away from being immune to certain mind-altering effects.
You know, it's funny. I learned that some things have like 5 intelligence because of using Tasha's hideous laughter, and it's like, oh yeah, that white dragon baby is actually barely smart enough to be affected. I am almost as dumb as a white dragon baby.
All right. You go up and are just passing by the gnolls. Here is the performance check for your troops. Yours, you guys, give me performance checks all around.
They did better than me.
Show off.
I'm really gonna get to this.
I'm Lord Captain Matthias.
Don't say that.
Lord Captain Lord Captain Null Matthias.
Yeah. Lord Nolas.
Add Pack Lord into your title somewhere.
Pack Lord.
Pack Lord Captain Matthias.
Change your name. Do it. Yeah.
And here's their attempt to see through your bullshit.
Ooh, they got me.
He casts a sideways glance at You, Karen, your reaction?
Shit your pants.
Gotta fucking ignore him. He ain't worth my time.
Okay. You continue walking. You pass by. The gnolls are starting to get closer together. This time it's 2 groups of 5. Okay. They turn and look at you as you enter the room. The regular gnolls turn and look at their respective pack lords, looking for a decision.
Or tries to interact.
Can someone do an insight check to see what they're...
Yeah, give me an insight.
Wow. Fuck you. I have a +7 to that.
Fucking quit sauntering, Jake. I know that you didn't say that you were, but I know that you are. All right?
I'm Pack Lord fucking Matthias. Sorry, Captain Matthias.
You get the feeling he's mocking you. He lets out kind of a whining sort of laugh, and plants himself right in your path.
My path?
Tackle him.
He's in your path, all of your paths.
Oh. Matthias is... Or, not Matthias. Karen's in front, I believe.
Was he mocking all of us or just Matthias?
All of you.
I'm gonna stare him dead
You
in
get
his
the
eyes
sense
and-
that he's laughing at the fact that nobody looks like they are covered in blood. It looks like you haven't seen combat.
We're not covered in gore?
Oh, that's right. You rolled no, because your bodies are actually covered in gore. You guys look like gnolls.
Well, gnolls that might have been on fire at one point. Well, I didn't specify that when we said that. They
Okay.
were. I made us look like the gnolls before we fought them, so we would look like relatively pristine gnolls, I guess.
Yeah. More specifically, he's looking at your faces. The fact that you don't have faces absolutely slathered in gore means you haven't killed and eaten anything. And he knows that you went in there after people. He's mocking you.
I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes, and I'm gonna just
For us.
give him a chest deep growl. I'm going for an intimidation. I want him to back down.
All right, throw out an intimidation.
Boom, motherfucker!
Jesus.
Tasty.
Nice.
And
I'm actually proficient in intimidation.
That's awesome.
Who let you be good at things?
he's gonna attempt to hold his ground. Oh wait, that's correct. Sorry, wrong roll.
Yeah, bet. Oh.
You are taller than he is, and you come over and get right up into his face and snap your non-existent jaws at him.
I'm pretty sure he still has jaws.
Oh yeah, they look there. They look to be there. But if you tried to bite something, they'd go right through it. However, they do still move with your mouth. So as you snap forward, the gnoll scoots back and slides out of the way, largely culled. He steps off to the side. You can pass.
I like
Cackle.
I'm gonna snort derisively and keep on walking. He ain't worth my time, and I've made that
You're,
very apparent.
You hear what you would almost call snickering. That kind of mocking laughter, just subtle echoing out of the regular gnolls as you pass by.
I could live on
Though you're not sure who they're laughing at anymore. You have reached the main cave entrance.
I am shocked we made it this far.
You have entered this part of the courtyard. You get a look. This is obviously the site where the retreat passed through. There's assorted gnoll corpses being devoured by their fellows, literally just tearing off chunks of flesh and devouring them. A handful of fallen warriors, same thing. Most are dead, and unlucky few are not. No more than 1 or 2, though, and you're certain that that won't last. Out here, 50, 60 gnolls even. in the much larger courtyard.
I wonder how many statues.
Ironically, this way more dangerous situation makes it way easier for you to move around. Pack lords, other Lucrota, even maw demons,
Fuckers.
all sort of prowl the courtyard. It looks like various tunnel entrances have been barricaded and gnolls are forming up outside. Whoever is leading your makeshift pack, you feel a tap on your shoulder. It's one of the knights you're walking with.
Gotta turn and look at him.
He points at the cave entrance where the retreat was supposed to happen. There is a large gathering of gnolls in the front.
Boy.
What do the gnolls seem to be doing? Are they just kind of milling around? Are they like trying to tear down fortifications, build up fortifications?
Eating
Both.
people.
All three. Up above, you see that they are setting a series of very, very crude traps. Essentially, it's a big rock. And when you come out of the cave, they drop the rock on you.
You're gonna Indiana Jones this?
Yes.
All right, we give them pointers on how to make better traps.
Befriend the
no.
gnolls. Live amongst
See.
them, breed with their women.
See, no. If you just take the tendons from your kills, you can make tripwires.
Oh my god. That is disturbing.
We're horrible.
You
people.
start making your way across the courtyard. You notice something about the gnolls as you get closer. They are bigger over here. The more powerful leaders are gathered. It's getting kind of shoulder to shoulder. You have reached. Let's use this guy to represent you.
Appropriate.
You cross the main courtyard, and as you get here towards the entrance, it's getting harder and harder to not bump into people.
Growl.
People. Are you just gonna squeeze through as best you can? Hope no one notices?
I'll be growling my way through.
Alright, gonna try and intimidate your way through. Keep people at a distance?
Yeah.
As
Alright.
well.
Who's gonna be doing that? The two of you in front?
Me, absolutely. And I am just to be safe, I am inspired. I'm gonna burn the inspiration because I have a feeling my luck's running.
Alright, and Matthias, you're also a pack lord. So if you're gonna push the whole crowd through, or push through the whole crowd, it's gonna come down to all three of you. Let's roll them
And
dice.
we ate each other. I'm just kidding.
I'm already inspired, so feel free to aid Amber Cup.
You know what? Yeah, you all get to do this with advantage because you're all helping out each other in the effort.
Am I saving my inspiration then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need
Okay.
it. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
You almost do this too well as you cut through the crowd, just snarling and spitting, feeling a little silly, attempting to replicate gnoll baying and just generally just making guttural noises. It would be like you can't help but feel terrified, but a little silly, because you're basically just ah, ah.
If the situation wasn't so dire, Ember would be enjoying this.
I think some of my just natural hatred's bleeding through for this.
Your knights
Shit their pants.
are doing as best as could be hoped.
I mean, they're not pack lords.
They're not
so-
bad.
The gnolls around you
Oh.
You are keeping them at a distance, but they are sensing weakness. Not from you, from your troops. You hear the snickering and the taunting again, but you're able to push through. You make it too close to the front of the line. What you see is a long entrance to a cave. The cave goes back a short while, and not so far in, you see that they've been attempting to set up a barricade using literally disassembled wooden huts, bits of barrels, firewood, all heaped together in enormous stacks. It looks like there is a way for people to get in, but they would have to run down a literal volley of arrow fire in order to get past. You are at the entrance to the cave. Probably about... I would say that they've got 300 or so. Yeah, about 300 or so feet. From the closest point the gnolls are willing to get to the cave, and the actual barricade itself. Several pack lords wait near the front. Even a couple of those touched by their chaotic god stand, debating what to be done or what is to be done.
All right, we got Knoll Wise Ones and their actual leader.
You haven't seen their actual leader. You have not seen Ignith.
Huh. Okay, I'm seeing the higher-ups of the higher-ups here then.
Yeah, gnolls are very much, again, they only respond to who's the stronger.
God, imagine how many you could capture in that cone of cold.
And then the 100 or 200 behind us is kind of just crashing like a goddamn tsunami of fangs.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but before you all got butchered, it would be really, really funny.
I don't know. Cone of cold plus spike growth. Get some shenanigans going.
Think how satisfying the volley will be.
How loud is it here? Is it like, I'm assuming just constant barking?
It
and
is barking and baying, and it...
Basically just no blood orgy.
It is a convention for dogs who won't shut the fuck up. Give me perception checks.
Is my luck at an end?
Sheet.
I'm
Open.
not good at these.
Sup?
I'm
You
not
are
good
really
at
good at these. Oh, but never mind. I
Where
said
you
I'm
at?
not
Good
very
at
good at
these.
these.
No,
Where are you at,
my
Karen?
passive
Way-
is 17.
There I am.
Way down at the pile of things, you can see the points of arrows knocked and ready to fire. But you can also hear voices from within, human voices. They're faint. You can't make out what they're saying, but there's definitely life in there.
In where?
Behind the barricade.
On the other side?
On the other side.
It's like voices that would be coming into some fuck. Just a lot of fuck.
Yep.
How many of these I could hit with a wind wall?
I'm sorry. I like to picture your character, Karen goes, you know what? We can get through. I'll just take all the shots, and once we're inside, we'll drop the girl. We'll drop the guys, and then I just picture as soon as he makes the charge, the gnolls gain strength from his confidence and overrun the barricade.
We could bray really loudly. That way they can know we're coming. And know that there's enemies here if they are advancing forward like you thought. And about to walk into a trap.
I wish your bird was still alive so you could like sneak it ahead or something.
That's what I was gonna
run
say.
into the barricade. It turns out it's just full of more Lacrota pretending to be people.
Oh.
Just why? Why do you do this?
I am open to suggestions here, people, because growling only got us so far.
You've got to clear that
Yeah.
last gap to get to them. You got to get there without them shooting you, which you can do by dropping your dropping seeming.
I'm trying to debate if there's like a way I could sneak up ahead.
We could be really goofy and just dance the way there. They'll know, so it'll either distract them, whatever, but they'll be confused long enough to hopefully we can get close enough to drop it, then run the rest of the way. We can dress and drag into the hulas, what I'm suggesting.
Well, if you're gonna try and sneak up there, you're gonna have to be fast, and you're gonna need one hell of a distraction.
Like a well-placed fireball going off somewhere?
You don't have
That would be
Fireball,
one hell of a
Dave.
distraction.
I have Fireball.
It's like, why would he not have Fireball?
I've
He's
used
used
it.
he's used it like 5 times.
Oh, you don't have Fireball. No, shh. If you can find a way of setting off a Fireball without making yourself a target, dude, that'd be perfect.
Well, if you guys surround me, I can shoot it straight in the air.
Yeah, but that might not
Pretty.
hit. That might not hit any of
I
them.
won't hit anyone, that's what I'm saying. Or I could use my ring to put up a wall of fire.
You use your ring to what?
Put up a wall of fire.
Would it be noticeable that you were the source of it for if using the ring?
I don't know how the... Well, it's not a ring, it's a gem. I don't know how the gem works. I've
Oh, if we
never
get
actually
up,
used
if
it.
we get up ahead, you can set off the wall of fire on
I
this
would
side as we make our way towards our allies.
Because I can choose one side that doesn't do damage.
Question. How do you end seeming? Is it as an action?
As an action, I can end it.
All right.
So I can't put that up and then get rid of seeming in the same turn.
Yes. So if you rush and throw out a wall of fire, there is a chance they will shoot you in response to you casting.
hmm
However, if you can
Is
not...
there
But
Is
if you
there
spiked
any-
growth, that wouldn't really be very noticeable. Never mind.
You could cast a wall of fire, and I could cast a wind wall the other way, so the arrows can't hit us. As our own.
Okay, this is actually pretty badass. You guys walk in the middle and just go, enough!
Is that what we're doing?
I came to this place as a man!
Why
I
not?
will leave as a man! Just shed the skin and just peel your null flesh off.
This uses 2 charges of my ring.
I am okay with this, but to be safe, I am going to probably look for a hunk of hut door I can grab on the run as a shield, and just fucking carry it in front of me.
Well, I can put the spell
You're gonna
down so
grab
you
what?
see what it does.
Like
This
you-
is
you-
that.
Sorry,
Or
you
go
go
ahead.
first, Derek.
I'm just
You go
trying to
first
put
there.
the spell sheet out there so you see what exactly it does. Yeah. Like
You know-
all like projectiles just can't do it. Small flying things can't get through. Also, anything that is occupying any spaces that it appears gets bludgeoned.
It turns out that these gnolls are all immune to fire and are soaking in oil. They thank you for your assistance and run through the flames.
And then hit the wind wall and make a fire tornado.
We're the heroes, guys. Right?
Anyway, what I was saying was,
Yes.
if there's a chance of getting lit the hell up, is there any chance, like you said, there's like just like broken down huts and other shit, kind of like disassembled and making barricades and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, you can grab a...
like a broken hut door or something, and like get like a makeshift shield.
Yeah, you grab a couple of kind of crudely pressed together pieces of wood. It's not full body covering, but hey, it's something at least. It'll give you at least if you
Something
hold
to
it with
cover
both
my
hands.
throat.
If you hold it with both hands, it will give you +2 armor like a shield.
Okay, I'm gonna shoulder my great axe then, or great sword. Sorry, and do that.
All right. It is officially go o'clock. What is going to happen? You are going to all at
Badass.
once rush forward. You've had this conversation. I'm going to say from this point forward, talking is going to be exceedingly difficult because you've been speaking in common this whole time. Now it's loud. You haven't got a lot of you haven't gotten a lot of people's attention, but as you move forward, you're going to start.
In broken English. We just
In-
broken English.
It's not a dead giveaway. They tend to talk to each other in their own language, but it's sort of interspersed. So you could get away with throwing in a little bit of common.
Throwing some
What?
orcish just to be safe.
You give the signal to the people behind you that when you say the word, you're going to rush. They swallow hard and just give you a nod.
And just to clarify, the plan is you're leaving that wall of fire behind us as we break through the barricade.
I believe
Oh,
that's
I
the
think-
plan.
I think it's you are going to rush forward. The second you are clear of the gnolls behind you, Matthias is going to put a wall fire to keep any gnolls from following you. And
Yeah.
the second that you are now in the line, basically in the area of volleying,
That's when the wind
Or
wall
at least-
comes up.
yeah, Amber Cup is going to throw out a wind wall. I assume halfway down the corridor.
Sounds
Sure,
fair.
whichever is making sure we aren't getting fucking.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
create a full barrier that they will not be able to shoot through.
Yeah. Because it's 50 feet long. I don't know how wide any of this shit is.
I always
Yeah.
assume it was like 5 foot wide, just because that's what our hex is. Because fuck it.
No, it's a wide tunnel. They had to. This was one of the largest caverns. So it's probably about probably like 25 feet wide at the widest,
Okay,
and
good,
narrows down to about
because
20
this
feet.
is 60 foot long,
Oh,
20
oh,
feet
wait,
high,
oh.
and 1 foot thick. So
Oh, yeah, there
cover
it
the
is.
whole thing.
Okay. It is go o'clock. You start slowly edging your way towards the front.
All right, let me know when.
You take your first steps out front, and all eyes fall onto you. Who will be the first gnolls to actually make the charge? You hear baying in the background. They seem to be cheering you on.
Ah.
What?
Just say like the null word for murder, death, kill. And
No,
I'll
no,
pull up the
no.
profile.
That's a feeding frenzy, my friend. Let's not do that this time.
Never mind. Well, just give me the go, and I'll put the wall of fire down.
I'm just gonna nod and start fucking running.
And then I'll
Mhm.
put the
You give a nod and just start fucking running. All right. You throw out a. You immediately start rushing forward. The gnolls
Have I-
behind you start cheering your inevitable death.
I have 19 AC now.
The frenzy begins, and they hunch forward, possibly considering joining you, depending on how well this goes.
Then suddenly fire.
The second you clear them, there is an instant and immediate.
Fighter.
There's a meta here.
Defeat her.
They told me to defeat you. How many experience are you?
Replace Mike. Consume him.
She might.
Consumption happens later. That's a
Alright.
post D&D activity.
You make your rush the second you're clear of the gnolls. Matthias turns around and blurts out the command word. The wall of fire erupts from the ground, seriously burning the gnolls in the front row.
That's a good roll. That's
That was almost max. Holy shit.
I'm
Yeah.
Putting that
Many
there
of
just so
them
you know,
fall to the ground.
is that adding in your
Screeching.
I
plus
can't.
5?
I can't add it because it's not a.
Oh,
I don't
because
cast
it's
it.
from your
It's
ring.
from
That's
the,
right.
It's from the gem, yeah.
They fall to the ground, screeching in pain. There was a cry, an absolute uproar from the gnolls behind. Sensing magic, they are furious, absolutely livid, and they are calling for blood. Yeah, like that.
The fuck is that?
Up front,
Glorious.
you running around and conjuring a wall of flames made an impression. You hear the definite sign, "Loose the bolts!" Ambercup throws out a hand and casts the. Did you already click it? Yeah. And throws up a wind wall. A thick torrent of air rushes from the bottom of the cave floor all the way up to the ceiling. A dozen bolts and then a dozen more slam into it, only to be blown hardlessly to the side. You have made it through. That is the good news.
When it's my turn again, we can drop these disguises and run through.
You drop those disguises and run through. At your speed, Ambercup, you can make it there in 3
Fast.
turns.
If necessary, well, if I'm in any danger of getting hit, I guess I might use like Misty Step and stuff. But if it looks like
Indeed.
we'll just be fine.
The first turn, you drop Seeming and you move another 30 feet. You've covered about 60 feet of the distance, and since you're probably going to be the slowest one, I'll use you as the baseline. You are 60 feet in, and their surprise is done. They are furious, but cannot pass through the cave wall. They are shooting blindly at you. There is going to be.
Can they shoot at us if there's a wind wall?
Behind us, though?
They can shoot through a wall of fire.
No, I mean the wind wall blocks it.
But the gnolls are behind us. The
The
wind walls
gnolls are
ahead
behind
of us.
you. The wind wall's ahead of you, stopping the shots from the.
From the humans.
Oh, because I could have made that wind wall directly in front of us.
But
And
that
then
would
we
be
ju-
useless
and then we just-
then. Because we would have ran immediately past it.
Would you do that?
I thought the plan was to make it through the wind wall so we can drop the seaming.
The wind wall was to stop them from shooting you from the base until you could wait for Amber Cup for Matthias to stop the scene. So the wind wall was to guard your front, while the
Yeah.
wall of fire was to guard your back. Would you have put the wind wall very close to you so you can quickly run through it?
Close enough to get to it within like a turn.
Okay. In that case, most of you make it through. The only person who doesn't is only going to get one round of shots. And that's Matthias because he had to spend both of his actions.
Well, I mean, one action to set it up, and then I could Misty Step 30 feet, if necessary, since that's a bonus action.
True. Would you have expected longbow shots?
Good point. No, I would not have.
That's an honest question.
I
If you
would've.
say yes, okay. These are pretty unlikely to hit you. Here's what's going to happen.
Fuck
There
you,
is
Mike.
going to be
Don't use those words like pretty unlikely to happen.
It's going to be 5 shots, aimed at a total of 5 spaces. So 5d5. If any of them roll a 5, you get an attack roll with disadvantage. Sound good?
Sure. That's 1-5.
Lucky you. Lucky you.
Arrows fly through the air around you, zipping past. One comes close, very close, but you make it through the wind wall a turn later. You are safe and staring down some very, very, very confused-looking soldiers.
Lord
Uh,
Lord Captain Matthias is here to save you.
We've been some places, fellas.
The knights see their opening and start waving their hands.
And they get mowed down.
They start to clear the bits of the barricade. You have made it. You clear the last of the distance to the sound of anger and fury from the gnolls behind you.
Yeah, they'll catch them eventually.
Guys, we'll never be this cool again.
I don't know. There was the T-Rex that was also passed without trace and invisible.
I think
This is
we're
true.
at a good level of, one-upping ourselves.
Well, I think actually this is also a good break point.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
As we got a minute of some like cool wall structures behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they covered your escape all the way there. When they dropped, the gnolls looked ready to charge, and some of them did, and died moments later. But other than that, you drove them back, and they are furious. The sounds of their angry baying hangs in the air.
They're just jealous that they can't
now-
be as cool as me.
Now, as evening approaches. All right. And I'm going to
Before...
finally
Oh, sorry.
stop recording.
Are you sure? All right. Now, did all the video get successfully recorded, or did it just crash and
Is it
blow up?
/me or /e to do that, Zach?
Slash
Uh, it's both, I think. Yep, both.
you would drop wood.
You disgust me.
Don't you judge my fetishes.
It was fun. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised I'm getting this kind of mileage out of Knowles with a party of level 11.
I like this game.